See.
Like that.
Welcome to the Bally Live poker game. Tonight's blinds, we're playing 25, 50, 100 game with the Arizona poker crew. Tonight's ship counts, pretty much everyone buying in for between $10,000 and $20,000.
You know, my kids are 4, 6, 8, and 10. So. Yeah.
Some of y'all might recognize Stephen Jones. Took second place in the main event recently. My name is Ryan LaPlante. I'm going to be one of your co-hosts tonight. Tonight joining me, first time ever in the booth, is Mr. Cole Ferrero. Hey, Cole.
Hey, Ryan. How's it going?
Excited
to be here. Looks like they're starting off the game with shots.
Cheers, everybody.
This is going to be an exciting game.
Easy poker on the map. The invite.
Easy. Oh, shit.
And with that, let's get started.
That's got a fight to it.
I bet it does, big boy.
Oh my God. Wasn't the smoothest shot, but you know, that's like it.
So the Hundy's on?
Hundy is on.
Shooter waking up with ace-10 off in the hijack here. Justin calling from the cutoff with 10-5. That is a loose call.
Yeah.
It reads like they're stacking on each other. Yeah.
Stephen Jones with the beautiful ace-queen off on the button, going to 3-bet to $1,300.
Wants to win that first hand.
Already?
Just wants that first hand.
Shooter with kind of a tough decision here. Ace-10 being a very good starting hand pre-flop. Makes a really nice fold.
And easy game.
And Justin folds as well. Stephen Jones going to be first winner of the night.
On the show. There it is. There it is.
How do you run so good? God, he runs so good. Typical.
Most of y'all should recognize him. He took second place in his most recent main event. I think it was for like, what, $6 million? Something like that?
This first round will be straddle will be on, and then we'll stop it for a little bit.
So we'll do the game like at the dealer thing?
Probably.
We can start it now if you guys want.
Let's get settled. Let's get settled.
Wait a couple rounds?
No,
They said they're starting their dealer changing.
Well, no,
in
of course the last hand doesn't count. Yeah, of course.
Their dealer changing in like 15 minutes.
All right, we'll do a dealer change over.
Oh, then we'll wait.
Yeah, just 15 minutes.
So right now, they're just starting with $25.50 with a $100 straddle forced and
How'd you end up to
I think a $50 big blind ante as well.
I guess after
Flight school, actually.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that.
Yeah, so out in Goodyear, there's a good flight school. And I thought I was.
Justin kicking it up with the 6-4 offsuit and the hijack to $550.
I've been one up, so I went to United school out there.
Okay.
Diner makes a disciplined fold with a king jack on the button.
So then do you get contracted, like, because you go through their school, like, you can...
He raised. Yeah, so I'm guaranteed a seat with them, but I still got to be a flight instructor for a year and a half in Goodyear.
Chup here in the big blind, going to call pocket eights. His name is Chup.
Like 4 years. So it's a journey, but just like any career.
Yeah. That's great. The United Express is just those ones that seat like 28.
985 is the flop.
Like
Chuck flopping a set in his first hand of the night.
How many hours have you logged so far?
I think I got 370,
decides
and I need
not
1,500 to go
to
fly the
c-bet.
Jets.
Okay.
Wisely, he will realize.
Ones are still Jets, right?
Yeah, but like if I meet a family that
Yeah, pretty great flop here for the pocket eights.
them now.
Now already.
But
Looks like he's going to lead out, try to build his pot.
People need to have your
Pot size is currently $2,000. He's betting $800 into a $1,200 pot.
The market.
And on Justin now to act with his gutter ball.
I kind of dropped everything to go pursue it.
Is there not a lot of kind of people our age that are getting into it?
So they retired. A lot of them were kind of forced into retirement with COVID. And then half of pilots right now are going to be retiring by 2030 because they're just going to be aging out of the industry.
Thought about
So
it.
they kick you out when you're 65.
Thought about re-raising it.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Well, and
Tonight's game, of course, sponsored by GG Poker. It is a great game. Any of the big pots tonight are all going to be GG Poker
I love
moments.
Goodyear, but
Tonight's game, of course, is played at the Tropicana Casino and Resort in the fabulous city of Las Vegas. Have you ever played poker here?
That's what
I have never played at Tropicana.
He's a first Fridays kind of guy, huh?
Yeah, I'm like 2 blocks from Roosevelt Street.
Yeah, that Roosevelt district. Those you don't know, he has painted toenails. And,
Justin's going to limp this King 9 suited from Underground +2.
Blake, are those stickers?
Chuck here is going to isolate Ace-Jack offsuit to $450.
this color,
Sparkle
this
part?
sparkle.
You might have to throw those
And Justin is going to call. Pot size is $1,100. We're heads up to this flop.
Yeah, is that
Chuck
just like nice?
currently having the best hand with Ace-Jack high.
I saw this.
Oh, really?
And it was either black or pink.
Oh, you gotta go
Flop is king high, giving Justin the best hand.
Black actually wouldn't make sense. Like,
See what Chuck decides to do.
Like, wait, what? Black would be confusing. Like, what are you going for?
And then this middle-aged guy
As the
comes in,
pre-flop
bike shoes
aggressor,
on, bike
Chuck
helmet still on. He's like,
does
yo, you
decide to throw out a bet of $300. Justin not going anywhere yet.
Quarter pot bet there. Looks like a pretty typical size.
This is obviously done.
1,700 in the pot on the turn.
Really?
It's a good turn card for Justin, picking up that flush draw.
What happened to the whole like NFTs thing? Is that still going? Is it dead?
I know a lot of people lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's still happening.
It's still happening?
It's pretty dead, though.
It's
right?
more
Justin
tied
bets
in with crypto now. Like, you'll buy an NFT
on the
and
river
then it comes
with what he believes is
something
the
where
best
you can
hand.
mine some of these different shit
Which
coins.
it is.
Like I've looked at a lot of the new
Chuck with
altcoins
just
coming out.
ace
Like
high.
NFT, and then you get so many of our coins with it too.
It looks like he is thinking about calling this.
And they could be $1 all the way to $1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, NFTs all over the place.
The flush
It'll,
draw
like,
did
run
miss
some
on the flop.
program in the background using your internet and your GPU.
Straight draws as well.
I get racked.
Justin's scooping this $4,000 pot.
That's great.
Taking that Chuck money.
That's all I wanted. I'm out.
Yeah, that's all you need. Trip is already worth it.
The turn card is beautiful.
Gotta keep him honest, you know?
Most of the time,
He's a good call, Chuck.
Ace high?
ace high is good.
Basically ace high.
Okay, hit a pair.
Queen high, maybe?
Same
Same thing, really.
Gotta keep him honest. Can't let him, you know. Yeah, check back top pair, okay.
A double straddle or not?
And a flush draw.
Double straddle?
Yeah.
Well, you have flush draw too. It's probably
I
check
should have
raising.
bet the
Yeah.
turn. But
You were probably getting
Turn was your club draw?
yeah. Trying to check raise, like.
See.
What do you mean? I'm out of position.
I didn't realize where the button. I thought you were the button, bro. The button was like in front of you from my view. I was like, why are you asking me to check?
We'll get a Chup's name fixed shortly. And here it's called Chuck, but his actual name is Chup, C-H-U-P. And we're currently have a slight sound delay, but we're working on that as well.
You know which one's mine? Is this one mine?
Yes.
$1,300 in this
keep mine in the
pot.
corner here.
Steiner rates it up with ace-7 of diamonds from the hijack. Justin defending the straddle with ace-9 of spades.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Nate, what's Tiffany going to be doing these next 4 hours?
Bellagio.
Steiner bets 400.
Yeah, we cleaned up over there in like 2
Justin
hours.
quickly calls with
Yeah.
just ace high.
Just
As a
playing
better
5-10.
kicker.
Yeah, she made like almost $3,500 in 2 hours. Yeah,
great.
It was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, we
Looks like turn goes check, and we're going to see this river 10 for both players having ace high, but Justin's ace-9 kicker being the best hand here.
Doubles up, aces versus ace king.
Oh, wow.
He is going to bet out.
See, I'll just.
Unsure if his hand is good right now.
We ate at Pizza Rock. Have you ever been there? Pizza Rock. You've never been there? It's good, dude. It's really good.
Looks like he was accidentally value betting.
I don't know exactly where
That's right.
It's near the strip.
On the strip?
Yeah.
And the best hand wins.
Pizza place that.
AZ Brownie wondering if all these players are from Arizona. Yes, everyone here is from Arizona. All these players currently play pretty often at Talking Stick Casino.
Yeah, they have
So this is essentially just an Arizona home game brought over here to Las Vegas.
Their sandwiches are really good, right?
What have we been doing?
Oh, sorry. I've never had theirs.
I don't know. 100 bomb. 100 bomb.
Currently have a little poll running in chat. Who do you think is going to be our big winner tonight?
What is the time and the tip?
$10 per player and 50.
I guess I'm changed.
Awesome. Okay, great.
We're going to get a little bit of an update.
64.
Very early in, but Justin is currently winning the most tonight, plus $2,500 after flopping that king, top pair.
You just want some reds.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Current VPIP, Justin is playing 100% of hands, but we're like, what, 4 hands in or something like that, so it doesn't really say too much.
Oh yeah, can we fix?
Can you fix that? Can you fix that?
It's Chuck with a P. C-H-U-P.
Say chump?
Chuck. I'm calling you Chuck.
Call me Chuck.
I'm gonna call you Chuck.
C-U-C-H-U-M-P.
No, it's C-H-U-P.
Chum.
You don't look like a Chuck. No, I'm calling you Chuck from here on out.
Pretty much all the players bought in tonight for between $10,000 and $20,000.
I like Chubbs the best.
You like that one?
Chuck's pretty good.
Chubbs is good. Okay, so double board.
4 cards. Because you got those chubby
4
cheeks
cards.
too, you know?
All right, so every dealer change, we're doing a double board PLO bomb pot.
Yes, just
Carter giving a shout out to Justin says he is going to win.
Before, yeah.
you can just.
Which, by the way, Justin says shout out to his kids, Carter and Audrey.
You can take those. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So the way PLO bomb pots work is everyone gets dealt 4 cards. So it's a Paul of Omaha. We get 2 full boards. And your goal is to win both boards. Essentially, each board is worth half the pot.
Yeah, I don't know what sweaty guy won.
And everyone tosses in an ante. It looks like we're doing $100 a player.
Smash, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, that's why I didn't put it on.
It's pretty common that someone's going to have the nuts or near nuts on one board texture. Looks like Shooter flops the stone nuts down below. Not only does he have king queen, but he also has a flush draw to go with, which is an absolute powerhouse.
He has the straight flush draw. He's even with one of his outs there. King of diamonds.
PLO one.
Looks like Nate has a set down below as well with 2 pair.
Don't let him lie to you.
Middle set on a dynamic board.
He also has an overpair with an up-down straight draw and a flush draw up top. But Shooter has a king-high flush draw up top.
After this year, you'll be able to do that?
I know, Shooter, he's a professional.
Yeah, check.
He's trying to.
So Shooter bets 400, and Nate's going to call.
This year you can because there's actually an event.
2 sunglasses, guys, battling it out.
Turn diamond's definitely going to kill action for both players. Looks like we're going to see a river on both. Looks like this is going to end in a chop pot.
And then, I don't think I got any.
Looks like Nate has a full house up top, and Shooter has a queen high flush. And we're going to end up in chop pot.
It's yours, you got it.
Well, you get pocket 10.
BCP saying, I don't think Blake is from Arizona. So Blake, actually, he grew up in California, but he currently lives in Arizona, and he regularly plays in this Talking Sticks game.
Yeah, look at that hand. This is the hand.
How do I miss?
Shooter plays for fun. He has 4 kids. Wants to give a shout out to his wife and friends that are probably watching.
Great, because they're
And he plays with this group at Talking Sticks pretty often.
Wow.
Those games are
I'm really good at
Now we're
that.
gonna do
I'm
the
really
Nick
good at that game, guys.
Cool. Yeah,
Okay, so
Nick
now
Nick game's on.
the stand-up game has started. This hand. Remember, it's a $200 tax. And then when we,
So that's what's 8
the loser at the end,
1,400 you
What
get
are we
paid
going to
back.
use? We don't have the dollar chips.
1,400.
What if I'm belted?
And we got a show to.
And you have
Got a show to get it.
Stand-up's on this.
Stand-up is on.
Okay, so it sounds like we're running the stand-up game. And they're doing it for $200 a person. So if you lose the stand-up game, you owe $200 to each player. So it'll cost you $1,400. And the way that it works is when you win a pot, you get a chip that shows that you've won a pot. If you're the last person to win that pot, then you owe everyone else.
I broke even.
And the reason why it's called the stand-up game is in a normal casino, you're actively standing up at the table, and you can only sit down once you win a pot. But for the cameras here, we just give them chips instead.
First fold, guys. First fold.
You played the stand-up game before?
I have never played the stand-up game.
Oh, no.
But I'm a big fan of watching the stand-up game.
Okay.
It, you know, it always brings a lot of action. You're very incentivized to play
Like
every hand.
this. We have
Here
Stephen
go.
Jones opening King Queen off under the gun, pretty typical open. Tyler 3-betting King 10 offsuit, which is a little bit loose.
Yeah, 3-betting from the button versus under the gun, which is typically a very strong range. You can see here he's dominated by Stephen's King Queen.
Good, man.
flopping the best hand,
Toffle my
but it's Tyler that's going to continue betting and telling the story. He doesn't have that king of clubs working for backdoor flush draw.
Yeah, pretty nice that backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw being the pre-flop aggressor.
It's very true.
Looks like pot size going to this turn is 38.25.
But that's what turns
6 of spades on the turn.
Mostly true.
2 times
Not
though.
for
two-
sure.
two
See here
times
that now
champ? I don't know.
Tyler is dead on the turn.
short, and I had
No
feet
chance
that
of
I
winning
went
this pot unless he's able to get Steven off
I
this
wasn't
top
gonna be
pair.
short.
Yeah, there's some really interesting river cards that you might be able to win on, like an 8 of clubs, 9 of clubs, those types of cards.
We got a big one, Brian. Working on it.
$7,000 in this pot on the river. Steven checks for a third time. What is Tyler going to do? He's not going to give up.
Just has it. Just has it.
$3,500 bet here, putting Steven to the test with his top pair. With
Looks
the
like that bet is
straight.
for about half pot.
Have more outs, more chasing. More cards. I can't fold.
You flop a set and a
I would love
flush
to
draw.
call like anybody
What is
else here. I would
Tyler
just,
representing here?
I mean, I think when he
bluff, but
bets
usually don't
turn and now
bluff
bets
early,
this river, he
unfortunately,
could have like an ace-8 type hand. He could have 8-9, could have like 10-8.
Yeah, okay.
A 2 pair.
I like that.
9-5.
Steven makes the correct call, scooping a $14,000 pot and the first winner of the stand-up game. He will not be paying ever
A station.
this time.
So that massive pot, that massive bluff and bluff catch, all brought to you by Stand-Up Game. That's why we love the stand-up game. For those of you who don't know, Tyler, who just ran that bluff, is the owner of Stake Kings. He actually sold 15% for this game on there. On Stake Kings, you can buy and sell action from other players. They help facilitate action buying and selling. Have you sold on there before?
I have actually sold on Stake Kings before for tournaments. You can host for tournaments or cash games.
Yep, and I've actually sold on there and bought action on there myself as well. Really great to work with, help you with all the taxes and all that side of things. I cannot recommend them enough. And also apparently Stake Kings is going through an overhaul. So if you've used this site in the past and you want to see an updated version, check it out.
Top pair. Tyler added on 7.
Somewhere around there.
Thank
you.
Yeah, fold the C5. Yeah, guys, remind me if you add chips so we can update your graphics. Okay.
Of course, if you are watching tonight's game, good chance you're watching us on YouTube. However, you could also be watching us on the Bally Live app. And the main reason why you might want to watch on the Bally Live app, of course, it is free to use, but also it is the highest quality place to watch. So if you want to see the stream in the best definition possible, check it out on the Bally Live app.
Oh my God.
Pretty hand.
Blake taking that down with the Queen 10 suited 3-bet, getting his chip. So on the Bally Live app, besides for watching this highest quality, it is also the home of minor league baseball. So if you're a minor league baseball fan, you can check out any games there.
Yeah, but only because Steiner reminded him.
Not only
If you saw at the end of that hand there, Blake very quickly turned over his Queen 10 suited, the winning hand. One of the biggest rules of the stand-up game is that you do have to show the hand when you win in order to receive your button. Here, I believe it's that red time chip that is.
Yeah, they're using red time chip. So at least that's super easy to see, which I really like.
That was like ace-9 suited. So.
Yeah, it's very, very, very important to show your hand. I once made that mistake, and it cost me a couple $1,000s in this game. So don't do that.
Stream?
Yeah, it's on the stream. And we're playing 50, 100, 200 with a $100 ante.
That's a very costly mistake.
Yeah, it was expensive. Shooter with ace king on the button. Oh baby. What a powerful hand. Justin calling 9s out of the small blind, also a very good hand, and Steven with a really good big blind defense with Jack 8 suited.
What do you think of this just call from Justin here from the small blind?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see that. You would think in the stand-up game that he would be playing it more aggressively, trying to get his chip. Looks like him calling that pre-flop allows Steiner to drill that top pair.
Deuce.
King 10 now with the best hand going to the turn, but an ace changes that. Shooter now with 94% equity.
Pretty unlucky turn card there for Steiner. That was the only card in the deck that's pretty rough for him. I guess 9s are really bad too, but the ace is really tough.
We should make like a
It's a card that, you know, it's a card that shooter really might be bluffing on, so him betting it again is going to be kind of a tough spot here for Steiner.
Doesn't have to be a crazy number, but like if you just like raise and take it pre-flop, you shouldn't get a stand-up button.
I mean, that's everyone else's fault, though.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like there's 3250 in the middle.
You just open to like 700, 800.
Yeah, because then actually it would encourage more folds. Yeah, too.
The 5 of hearts on the river, 4 doors straight coming in, but it's hard for anyone to have a deuce here.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's not as good. Another wrinkle.
Yeah, big
Check. Ace.
Looks like shooter's going to take this one down.
Give me that button.
Winning his button in the stand-up game.
Play that garbage?
Yeah.
And pulling in a $3,200 pot.
Nice hand, DJ. Nice hand.
So he gets to make a couple grand and gets that stand-up button, which is really, really, really important.
Pocket nine.
That's such a sense of freedom when you know you don't have to battle for it in future hands.
Yeah. Stand-up game gets really expensive when it's down to 2 or 3 players because they're all battling so hard to make sure they're not paying out $1,400. It pretty often can cause a $14,000 plus mistake.
Right, you almost wonder, is it worth just to pay that $1,400 penalty?
500. It was the perfect one to do it.
There's some pride in the stand-up game.
I like when it's worth a decent number of big blinds. 2 per is honestly, it's enough where you don't really need it to be worth much more than that, especially in a 3 blind game. It's a pretty expensive penalty to lose.
Do these raise up these chairs?
Justin kicking up the pocket threes to $800, going a full 8 times the straddle, which is a very large open. And this is also just a stand-up thing. You make a really large open with these types of hands to just try to steal the blinds and take it down.
You have a girlfriend, Tiffany.
I was going to say, that's a very large open, and it got very quickly called by Steven in the small blind with ace and offsuit, and he already has his buttons, so
I think I'll be
he's just in there,
12 years.
making it harder and harder for them
raise,
to
I thought.
win their buttons.
4.
Steiner also calling out of the big blind, and Nate's here in the straddle with ace-jack suited.
What a decision. What do you do in this situation when
They're all like
you're an 8x open and 2 callers? You've got a very premium starting here.
I mean, that's just a lot of money in the middle. Like, you can't blame him for calling, can't blame him for raising.
Yeah, same mother.
And I would expect him to shove. I think shoving and folding are the only things I don't expect him to do.
You should see the Amazon Prime delivery guy. I'm like, I travel a lot for work.
Looks like he's going to 3-bet. Pretty solid size, too. $5,000.
No. Oh, wow. It's like that.
A nice hefty size. I mean, he's out of position to 3 players. Well, he's in position on 2, but he's out of position with 3 other players in the hand. And just taking this down is just wonderful.
This is a huge win. You scoop over $2,500 of dead money
drivers, a little
and
black
win your
midget
button.
guy.
Let's see if it gets through, though.
Y'all plan to have any more, or are you done?
No, I think we're done, yeah. We both.
It's kind of the way that the stand-up game creates a lot of action is, I think without it, you don't see as big of an open from the 3s. You might not see these 2 calls with the ace, 10, king, queen, and he might have just called this ace-jack suited instead of 3-betting it.
6 kids for like, you know, almost 15 years. That's never loved it, and they get to travel.
Do you think any of these players were thinking of playing back? Or thinking that maybe he wasn't that strong, that he was just trying to steal the money?
You're doing that, like,
Yeah, no one even thought about it.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And they were right to. I mean, he effectively had the best hand.
So we said, yeah, let's use this opportunity to try it and see if the kids
both had like
try
3
it.
This is a new thing.
No, we've been doing it now for 4
I
years.
wanted to start where like I expect to so much, if not, I can call.
Yeah, I know, it's been a while now, yeah.
I might rip if it's suited. If it was suited.
And we love it because we get to, you know, get to travel and
do y'all trade off on like the teaching, or well deserved? He qualified for
she
it.
does it, yeah, full time. She's an amazing teacher. My
25
mom was a teacher for 28 years or something like that, and she's like, your wife is so great at teaching. She's just natural.
Justin kicking it off in the cutoff, still looking for his button.
It's a
6-4 of hearts.
So there's other families that all get together on Tuesday.
Really good hand.
And
Stephen is here to play. He's calling ace deuce offsuit on the button.
And then they do
Playing in position.
presentations, and they get to do all that interaction.
Good call, Joe.
Yeah.
Good call.
Have a classroom
I think it was a great
atmosphere
call.
and all that. And
I'm relying on the flop.
so it's been a fun opportunity to
3 ways to the flop, $1,300 in the middle.
really I don't know, just to get to meet other families that are all very similar, like-minded on how they want to raise their kids. And all the kids are so great. They're just like well-behaved and mannered. Every kid you meet.
But it's Steven who is betting out.
Yeah, the whole travel part with it too must be so nice.
Oh, it's so nice, yeah. Because I work for myself, so we can take that time and it's not like, can I get the day off?
Pretty safe top pair here for him.
Yes, I can.
Really only has to worry about aces and queens.
I feel like he's ski.
Ski?
Yeah.
Very unlikely that he does have a 10.
Well, it's no sport.
The turn goes check, check, $2,100 in the middle.
We have a cabin up
Will
there.
Chubb value bet? His top pair, no
Go
kicker.
do school up there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he definitely has the best hand, essentially always here, like pretty close to it.
Freedom to do that. Yeah.
It's just, will worst hand call, and that's, kind of the tough thing.
He decides to check it over. Steven with ace high, going to check it as well, and Chubb wins another pot.
6-4.
Yep, Chubb taking it down. Gotta feel pretty good. Anytime you have those like really weak-ish type top pairs on those scary boards, I'm always happy with just an easy win.
No.
Or if someone runs a bluff and I happen to bluff catch. Like,
Yeah,
That was easy.
totally agree with you. Your kicker doesn't play.
I'd like to see it. All 300, top pair.
Easy game.
Go to showdown. 4 is good.
So tonight's game is a $25.50 with $50 ante and a forced $100 straddle.
Exactly.
So we're playing $25.50, $100 with the $50 big blind ante.
What is that?
And then we have the stand-up game going for $200 a player, so it's a $1,400 penalty.
It was a
If you do not win in the stand-up game.
Stand-up game's going good.
Okay, then as soon as the stand-up game,
Yeah, we can.
then one.
That's a good balance.
I think it's a good idea.
Stand-up game, the straw has to be on like once it's on in the beginning.
Okay.
It's not fair to people. What's up?
What are you guys saying?
Take the straddle off once the stand-up game is off. I like that idea.
No, I brought it from home.
You brought it.
Yeah, you can only get them in certain places. They're fire, though. They work.
They
That's
work.
how I win tournaments.
What does it have in it?
Brain fuel.
All the good
Spice.
stuff.
There's a bunch of vitamins in it.
Yeah. There's a lot of caffeine.
2023 World Series runner-up.
Yeah.
Oh
Blake,
my goodness.
Steven was selling me on that drink last time we were playing. He's like, no, there's no caffeine in it. I was like, I bet there's caffeine. He's like, no, there's not. And we looked at the
Limp
bottle,
pot.
it's 300 milligrams.
One of our first limp pots of the night, 4 ways.
How much caffeine do you
Looks
consume
like
a
we
day?
have a limp from hijack, a button, a big blind complete, and a straddle check.
I mean, I'm sure they probably only on.
Ace high, somehow currently the best hand.
No coffee, though.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Sometimes I'll go without it.
You go from 3.
Got really good equity here for having ace high 4 ways.
Can't do that.
Seems like the first person to breathe at this pot might take it down.
Those are when I'm not doing it, I just take out.
The best hand does make a bet. Tyler betting $200.
What are you?
And Justin's gonna min get with the queen 9, an actual min raise, and gets a fold. Wow.
What an effective bluff. Turning over the absolute air to win his button.
Got the bluff. Who folded?
Did he min click too?
Yeah, just actual min click.
I mean, what a spot. 10-10, 4 deuce.
Make it look like a value.
Like, you got it or you don't,
First
right?
knit game somehow, Justin stuff.
I've done it before in a game. I blasted 17 grand out because I was the last guy.
Really? Yeah,
Here you go.
Yeah, Chubb had a
So
crazy
Justin
situation
apparently
last
plays
time
with
like
these
that,
guys pretty regularly. He has a real job, but just plays poker for fun.
Yeah, we did it last time where if you lose 2 times in a row, you have to pay double, and then he was up against having to pay the double.
We should do that.
Oh yeah.
Are we doing that?
Okay, good. Make it now because
Yeah.
okay. I'm in for that.
Usually do it. Your time button already.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I'm in for that. So doubles. We're on for doubles.
Is that a raise or a straddle?
So the player's now talking about if you lose the stand-up game twice in a row, you have to pay everyone double.
He's got the
So
raise.
brutal.
What a
Shooter's gonna
penalty.
kick it up with the king-queen offsuit from +1. Justin calling +2 with jack-8 offsuit. And Steven's gonna 3-bet the hijack with 8-3 suited. These suited wheel aces are just wonderful, wonderful 3-bet bluff hands, especially squeezes. I love them. I love using them.
If you saw, he got ace-jack to fold behind him, king-10 suited to fold behind him. That's a very effective raise.
And also the thing is when you've already won a chip, it looks even stronger because you're not like battling for it. So I really love these types of bluffs.
Yeah, Steven has been one of our most active players so far.
Yeah,
Justin defending.
Steven has played a lot on here before, and he's always been super active.
Might be good, actually. You got pair. Might be ahead.
Looks like we're heads up in this flop, 2400 in the middle, and Justin flops mid-pair with his Jack-8.
That's good enough for the best hand right now. Let's see how Steven wants to proceed.
Let's see if it's good.
Betting about a quarter of the pot. Justin going nowhere yet.
Turn King of Spades is pretty good card. That, you know, that King over card is going to be a pretty scary card for him. And Steven's definitely going to want to try to represent this type of card. So see what he decides to do when he gets checked to.
The King definitely favoring the pre-flop raiser's range here. And you can see Steven knows that, betting out about 2/3 pot.
Yeah, what a tough spot here if you're Justin.
Yeah, your pair got downgraded, a third pair. I mean, Justin knows he's played with Steven. He's not going to let it go that easily. And I'm sure Steven also knows that. And look at that. The most perfect river in the deck for Justin.
Yeah, what a gorgeous card. Like, Steven shouldn't really think that he's got an 8 here.
Maybe.
Justin sets the trap. Yeah. See if Steven goes for it.
There's $8,000 in the middle here.
Yeah.
Steven has shown aggression pre-flop with his 3-bet. He bet flop, he barrel turn.
He does check, and wise check it is.
No way!
As Justin was not going to fold that river. $8,000 pot going to Justin.
I was expecting, I was like,
Justin being very sticky and getting it done.
Yeah, great check.
You're the best hand the whole time, even pre-flop.
I don't know about that.
I had the feeling.
Well, Steven is at the ace-5.
The thing I've noticed about Steven, having watched him play so many times, this is probably the 5th or 6th time I've seen him on stream, is he has very good instinct. Like, just very, very good instinct.
Very spicy.
You know, and that's those instincts will get you pretty far in poker, and he got
$6 million for it.
He got to the top. Main event, you have to go through a lot of players. That's a tournament of instincts right there.
He's also, he's final table to Colossus.
Wow.
He ran deep in the big 1100 WPT Prime in December. I think he FT bubbled it. So big fields and him go hand in hand.
The whole way, and
Instincts will take you a far way in this game.
I would, yeah.
Looks like Justin's kicking it up here with pocket eights, under gun +1. He's going to raise it up to $500. Steiner peeling the 7-5 suited in the hijack. This suited single gapper in late position. Looks like that we're going to be heads up to this flop with 1225 in the middle. And we have another trip 8s for Justin.
Another
this time flopping a set
of 8s.
Yeah, last time I wore a sweater, I'm wearing a short sleeve.
Steiner does flop a pair.
Yeah.
And Steiner doesn't have a button, I believe.
No, he doesn't.
So he may be more inclined to bet or call.
I know.
And try and take down this pot.
It is cool. We're a part of it, yeah.
Looks like flop goes check. Steiner making a very good check back.
Big gamer.
Turns that gutter ball though.
No. That's a big game. In the future, if they move it to resorts, do you think we'll have
Justin bet 300 on the turn.
Easy again? Yeah.
Steiner didn't go anywhere. Ace on the river. This might be scary for Steiner. Maybe it'll help him save $1,200, which is what Justin bet.
You like it?
Yeah, $1,200 bet into an $1,800 pot.
Always is the best.
Right.
$3,000 in the middle now, so Steiner's getting about 2.5 to 1. But, you know, bottom pair, ace gets there.
Fast processing.
This is a really tough spot for Steiner. He definitely wants to win a hand so that he can get rid of his button, but he does make the correct fold, laying down his 5.
Catching fire.
And Justin shows his like a set of 8s.
Really good fold there by Steiner, especially up against like a very creative and aggressive player like Justin.
Absolutely.
I've seen him get in there with some interesting hands, so that's going to put you in some more awkward spots. Even when you have only bottom pair, you could still just be bluffing something random.
Got away light.
So good disciplined fold.
Really like
The bluff would not have worked.
Steiner gets the good news, gives himself a pat on the
I'm
back.
saying if I were to bluff,
I was expecting you to overbet.
it wasn't going to work.
Blake here is in this pink cat shirt. He is now a certified pilot instructor and used to teach paragliding. And that shirt is absolutely wonderful. I love it.
Blake loves cats.
Looks like Steiner's going to kick it up here at the Queen 8 suited, raising to $325 from under gun plus 2.
We start slow.
I like to sip, you know, and chill.
Yeah, we got plenty of time to get crazy, boys.
Nate here in the hijack's going to call 6-5 of hearts. Unfortunately for him, he is flush dominated with both Steiner and him having hearts. Looks like Chup here has devious intentions, tanking with this ace-9. And he does 3-bet it to 1,500.
Now, Chup already has this button, so this is just pure aggression on his end. Going to put Steiner in a tough spot. Not sure he's going to go anywhere, trying to win his way out of the stand-up game.
Real estate construction? No building.
Yeah, definitely an awkward spot here. I want to say he's 3-handed right now in the stand-up game. Which means if 2 more people win, Nate being one of them, I think, he'll end up owing $1,400.
Deploying at my house.
I think Blake needs one. Steiner needs one.
Where do you live?
The house is in
I think maybe Nate. No, Nate has one with that ace-jack. So I'm going to say it was maybe Shooter. They could be heads up in the stand-up game, actually. I know Blake needs one, and I know Steiner needs one.
You got through.
You can see Steiner hated it, look on his face, but he does let it go.
Yeah, I want to say it's heads up between Steiner and Blake. That's why that decision is actually really close for him.
All right.
It gets a lot when you play both of them at the same time.
Down to the final 2 in the stand-up game. Not a fun spot to be. You're pretty handcuffed. You're trying to win.
Let's not play it.
It forces you to play a lot of spots that you normally wouldn't, that's for sure.
I do know.
I didn't expect to win the pot right there. I thought you might have called at least.
Yeah.
But you'll take the pot.
I'll take the pot, yeah.
I'll talk myself down from a 3-bet in that hand, so that tells you anything.
Fold. Do you want to cue me when to do that? Or do you what are you going to say?
Well, just sure you just like pop this in, like you're feeling good.
Yeah,
Tequila
exactly.
shot, like
Yeah.
fucking put the purple chips in.
What?
Yeah, they like your hat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good. Good to know.
Raise to 300.
It's a very sexy hat.
Talk about?
Seat 1 fold.
That last stream at Commerce.
Free promotion, dude.
You
Tyler here with the ace-deuce off and the cutoff. Looks like he is going to make a disciplined fold and let it
a lot
go.
of questions.
Where's your patch today, bro?
Oh, sorry, I missed it. I thought he had let it go. Nope, he is going to open it up. Shooter's going to call out of the small blind with Queen 9 suited. Justin defending Queen 3 in the big blind. So Queen 3 is a hand of Valley Live Poker. There's a player by the name of David Richards. It is his hand to run big bluffs with. So I've seen a lot of absurd Queen 3.
You don't have to do your own thing, but like...
Looks like Tyler flops top pair on this 4-way flop, $1,200 in the middle.
I wouldn't trust them. Yeah, I wouldn't trust Steiner. Yeah, I would just go to staking.
I'm pretty sure their fees are pretty low.
He's going to bet $700 and $1,250 pop.
Hurting a lot of people.
No one else with too much here.
People, when you beat me.
You should feel very bad about it.
Justin does call with his pair of 3s and backdoor flush draw.
Community as a whole is affected negatively.
Turn 4 clubs, 2650 in the middle, and Tyler turns a gutter ball to the turn goes check.
Yeah, we do want to play that. Instead of paying, if you don't have to.
This is a nice check by Tyler.
Wear it for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. Until the next one.
Until there's another, yeah.
Does it have the gag with it too?
All right, Steiner.
Yeah, it looks like river goes check, and Tyler's just going to take this down.
This is another one of those instances with top pair, bad kicker, happy to win the pot.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Theory likes betting these types of spots, does it really?
Yeah.
On the turn?
Yeah, on the turn or river.
On the turn, you are blocking, or you are unblocking some of the flush draws, but your hand still is not very good compared to the amount of hands. If you are putting money into this pot, you're kind of polarizing in this spot. So when you just have top pair with a bad kicker, you're happy to see another card.
Makes sense.
These guys stay later.
I've noticed, and I assume you have as well, that I think this is kind of a spot that people tend to overplay pretty often. Especially in deeper cash games.
You guys okay with that?
Yeah, of course.
Win the flip? All right.
I think what you said, but whatever you said, I don't know.
I said they're staying later for us, give an extra quarter to one of these.
Yeah. Technically, it's the bomb.
Are we gonna do one card flip like around?
What's that?
Huh?
Or
We usually do this flip is just for the flip one card. Yeah, it doesn't matter. No one really.
You can just go quick.
Yeah, you can deal out the turn in the river. Please.
All right.
So we are doing a dealer change, and when we do a dealer change, we do a bomb. Oh, actually, sorry. It looks like we are doing a
I don't like that spade.
flip instead.
6 is winning? Or an 8?
No. I need no spade. I need
6, 7.
a spade.
2 pair.
Looks like they're just doing a flip for rake and extra.
Let's go!
Wow.
Well played.
We got it back.
Nice hand. It's crazy how it happens. It always
Well played, well played.
You know what?
I guess I missed that. So apparently what happened was I thought Blake and Steiner were heads up in the stand-up game.
There was only 2.
Tyler and Steiner were heads up in the stand-up game. So what they ended up doing is what they're doing for the stand-up game is when you lose it, you put $1,400 in the middle instead of paying each player out $200. Then you do a flip for it, and then whoever wins the flip just gets that money.
Yeah, anyone.
Steiner lost the stand-up game, but then he wins the flip, so he ended up losing $4.
He's not doing it. Bomb pot now?
Correct.
Yeah, 100.
And now that the stand-up game is over, now we're doing the PLO bomb pot.
Bomb pot. It's for the time. It's for the time.
Deal me out.
Yeah,
So he had an opportunity to get his money back.
Yeah, and he got it back.
Even when he owed everyone $200.
Yeah, so he just saved $1,400 in that flip.
Losing, but we're not.
It's not a bad outcome.
Give him the 10 back, put a quarter in.
Yeah, I like this version of the stand-up game because it still penalizes you really, really hard when you lose.
I had
And then when someone else wins that flip, instead of just like, oh, hey, I got $200, oh, hey, I got $1,400 for free.
That's a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, that's so much better than like if you just get, 2 big blinds, 4 big blinds, whatever. It's nice to get like an actual large amount from it. It's like winning in the Deuce 7 game.
When everyone has to pay you for winning a hand with 7 deuce.
So you have the fear of losing, and then you also have the joy of winning. Perfect.
And everyone else doesn't lose anything.
Yep, and everyone gets a sweat, which is like the perfect gambling.
Yeah, you're free rolling for $1,400.
Work with everyone.
All right, so PLO, double board, bomb pot. Everyone puts in $100. Everyone gets dealt a PLO hand, so 4 cards each, and then we do 2 boards. And your goal is to try to have the best hand on both boards, or try to just get everyone off. The best hand up top will win the pot, and the best hand down below will win the pot.
Right there. What's the best hand right now?
I don't want to say because I have it.
On Justin.
700.
So these, the PLO bomb pots get really interesting when there's a single flush draw on both boards. Because when those types of situations happen, the likelihood someone scoops go way up.
A fold.
Is this the same flush draw on both flops you're talking about?
7-8 of spades, down below, King 8-7, and then up top is a Jack 10-5, 2 spades as well.
Do you have any cups?
At the bar.
Oh, at the bar. They usually have them here.
Also, the really nice thing is it gets really brutal when it's flush versus flush.
I was just going to ask also,
Can I get one of those?
is a flush typically good enough to scoop 2 boards in an 8-way PLO bomb pot?
I mean, when you have a king high flush with
so
3 spades in hand. Yeah, pretty likely.
The stand-up game.
Look at that. Royal flush draw for Justin on the top board.
You're kind of vested.
He's not going anywhere, and he's going to bet.
I call fucking 700.
Looks like he full potted, and he get called in 2 spots.
No, I know. I'm good. Taking a break. That's what.
Fortunately for him, it looks like he's totally bricked out so far.
He shoved. He bet $5,000.
It looks like pocket king is the best hand on both boards currently.
But the good news,
shooter down below has.
So we play what's called the stand-up game.
Top set. But
in theory, everyone should be standing up right now,
with 9-10 being possible.
But
the top board, there was a turn queen. Justin has
and show your cards.
Top pair, straight draw, and
so everyone sit down, and then the last person standing.
Oh, Justin now just scoops.
Attacks the price, so 200 ahead.
Justin rivering the nuts on the top board.
$1,200
and the flush down below. So he has the nuts up top and the second nuts down below.
Oh, you were? Yes. So I lost the stand-up
just like you said earlier.
So I owed $1,200 to the pot.
Will be
but what we do is we put in the $1,200.
Will he get any value?
A random.
It's gonna be kind of tough for him too.
$200 each. We just put.
We're gonna have to see how much he bets here.
And anyone can win that on the next hand, and I won it on the next hand. So I got my $1,200 back.
Well, that's good.
The graphics are lagging a little bit right now.
You want it back?
Yeah.
Definitely runs into some issues on these double board payload bomb pots, but
no, never did.
Oh no.
Justin does have the nuts up top. It was turn, queen, river, ace, and then down below was river 5 of spades. So he has the nuts 2 ways.
Oh yeah, I mean it's early.
Oh my God.
We're good.
That's
He's gonna win a very nice sized pot there.
God.
Looks like he value bet the river, and shooter there had top set on the bottom board and paid it off. His top set was also pocket kings, so he double blocked the nuts up top as well. So understandable for him to pay off in that spot. These spots are definitely very hard to navigate. That's also why I enjoy them more.
Yeah, there's so many options, so many combinations of hands.
Yeah, this place they don't really have very good viewership, but at least
I see why they integrate them in between the hold'em hands.
You guys have it pulled up, and it's coming really clear too.
Your dad forgot his glasses, so we're swapping glasses here back and forth. I didn't forget them.
Where are they?
Your fucking mom's car.
Shooter, by the way, who just got coolered in that spot. He plays for fun. He has 4 kids and wants to give a shout out to his wife and his friends.
Should be 30 minutes.
Apparently, he plays with this group pretty often at Talking Sticks, and he has a medical sales company.
Or 30 minutes to get to here.
Looks like we are 4 ways to this flop with 850 in the middle. Justin's going to bet 7-8 for 450.
That's the point of the 30-minute delay. Maybe.
Nate's got pocket queens here. He's just going to call. This is a pretty dynamic board.
I believe you.
Kind of scary when you go 4 ways.
Did you do pre-workout?
Dynamic, of course, meaning that the best hand possible can change on a lot of turn cards.
No, really, that's
Justin 7-8 is currently second best hand, but he does have that gutter ball to go with. Nate's pocket queen still the best hand.
Big boobies.
His overpair is now pretty strong.
I have known her for like 10 years, probably, which is a
Justin
lot.
decides to slow down.
But she's.
And Nate's not going to let another free card come off the deck. There's a lot of bad cards, a lot of scare cards if you have pocket queens here. Any 8, 9, 6, 5, 10.
What are we doing? Over for 7 years.
Looks like he bet $1,000 into a $1,750 pot.
Well, your heart exploded, so yeah.
If you're Justin, you have second pair and a straight draw. Why don't you just let it go?
That's a very disciplined fold. Yeah, very disciplined fold.
Great fold by Justin.
You're going to see so many names that are
This flow is super.
So we've been seeing Justin play like really loose in lots of spots, but still make like really disciplined decisions in spots too.
Absolutely. He's made some great plays so far tonight.
Started moving my leg. I was like, oh, I think I'm fine. The next day it was like, what did I do?
Yeah.
So I had to get the MRI, and and then I tore my meniscus. So I have to have surgery. I have to have surgery in 3 weeks.
Oh damn.
Like, man, I'm getting old.
Yeah, I threw out my back picking up my kid like a month ago, and I've never done that in my life.
Throwing your back out?
Yeah, never done it. It was pretty sad.
It's the worst, right?
Yeah, it was terrible.
You
I laid
lower
on the
back
ground for like 45 minutes without getting up. Yeah.
Because sitting hurts, like everything.
A lot of Justin fans in the chat rooting him on.
Chup also getting some love. Looks like Blake's getting some love. Pretty much everyone in here getting some nice love. Always good to see. Looks like we have a race to 250, and we're going to be going 4 ways to this flop with 1,075 in the middle. Shooter there with the 7-deuce offsuit. Right. We do not have the 7-deuce game running.
We do not. Is the stand-up game running?
No, stand-up game is on pause as well.
No stand-up game and no 7-deuce game. Yet here we see 7-deuce in the mix,
on the other,
and we're 4 ways to a flop.
Right there? Yeah.
Looks like Justin's going to bet 700 into a $1,000 pot. Chup here with his King-9 second pair. Looks like he is going to call. And we're going to be heads up to this turn, assuming 7-deuce folds. Okay, 7-deuce lets it go. All right, so 2,400 in the middle, and the turn is 4 clubs.
I appreciate it.
Double flush draw now. How is Justin going to feel about his top pair?
Thank you.
nothing exciting.
Moving through the turn.
I mean, it looks like he's pretty excited, betting $1,100.
I would be too. You can get a lot of worse hands to call in this situation if you're Justin. Some hearts, some clubs, straight draws.
I talked to my grandpa.
Or even like a 9.
Or even another pair. Worse queens also.
Oh, okay.
Kind of an awkward spot here for Chup. Can't really blame him for calling his second pair. Definitely thinks it's good.
What high school did you go to?
Virginia.
River 5 of clubs and 4850 in the middle, and Justin's just going to check back his queen and take it down.
Yuma. Yeah, I grew up in Yuma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Makes sense, you know, straight draw comes in, flush draw comes in.
Yeah, you got top pair with an okay kicker.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard for Chup to call a worse hand when flush comes in, too.
Absolutely, he'll take down another $5,000 pot.
Carter's saying, my dad, Justin, is a go. Well, Carter, you might be a little biased, but you can also be very true.
He was a good guard. Yeah,
at this point right now,
right hand, left hand, 3.
I have to agree with you,
Yeah, he's
Carter.
doing work. He's just been absolutely killing it.
Like, we were like 10, 12 years old. He would have those glasses, doing all the drills, and
he was at some of like the traveling camps I'd go to, and he was like that all the time.
Yeah. They had a big team.
Chup is a sports enthusiast. He absolutely loves Patlama Omaha. He definitely wants Purdue to win in March Madness, and he wants to say hi to his mom and dad.
And then we played
Hello,
in
Mom and Dad.
the East Valley region, so like Hamilton, Chandler, Gilbert, Highland, and
remember
so
Brian Freeney, do you remember that guy?
Freeney, he was like, yeah, he was a big dude.
Just one big.
They were a brand new school, Mesquite. That's where he went. It was good. It was, and then Danny Ainge's kids.
Yep, Tanner and Austin Ainge.
And Vicky, who is a Gilbert.
Okay.
Yeah, Tanner and Austin. They won it like 1 or 2 years.
Looks like we're going to be 4 ways to this flop. Steiner's top pair of queens and 8 kickers, currently the best hand. Tyler's has second pair with a king kicker. Certainly could think that he has the best hand. He's going to bet $300 into a $850 pot, and it looks like Justin's going to call his 4s and Steiner's going to call his top pair. So we're 3 ways to this turn with 1750 in the middle.
PCD Detroit Country Day. Yeah.
Pretty light call from Justin there, but you never know when that sneaky 4 comes on the turn.
Yeah, you'd think if he's calling a hand like 4s here, he's probably has devious intentions.
I have to agree with you. Let's see how they proceed now.
Detroit Wayne.
Checks through.
Yeah.
Born and raised?
Grew up in Yuma.
Oh, yeah, Yuma. Wow.
Border there.
Steiner playing his top pair pretty carefully.
No, my dad was a farmer.
Trying to set a bluff up for Justin there, but Justin does not fall for the trap.
First one's hardest to get, right?
Steve, you play much poker out in...
Apparently that is the first pot Steiner has won today.
Back in the day, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Still early on.
Out there?
No, but
He went to like
I heard there's
Yale.
But that always feels good. First part of the
He
night.
was 02, right?
Yeah, when you just keep losing and keep losing and keep losing, and you don't have a glimmer of hope, it just feels very, very tough.
Like charity.
I was just thinking of
Charity cash games.
I ended up going to Yale and playing football too.
Yale?
He ended
Oh, I
up,
didn't know you
I
did.
think he ended up
I guess
quitting.
I played a little
or
bit when I
getting hurt or
visited.
something.
DJ, did you grow up here in Arizona?
In Yuma.
Yuma, okay.
They have some good PLO games, Tom.
Did you go to high school at Yuma?
Seems big.
Yeah, Kofa High School. Kings.
But they only get it going some days, so I don't know. I think Fridays are like
So you've heard of Yuma High, the Criminals, though?
Yeah.
The shooter was talking about baseball there. Apparently he played baseball at Yale.
Cool mascot for football. They come out.
Of course, he's
behind,
rooting for Yale in March Madness.
Like that's a, you know, like.
If I went to Yale, I'd also be rooting for Yale.
Locker room and stuff.
Yeah.
You tell people from out of state like they're the criminal. People are like, what?
That's kind of crazy that that's high school.
The criminals? Yeah, that is wild. That is.
I don't remember.
Looks like we are 4 ways to this flop. Ace-6 suited and pocket 3 is currently the 2 best hands.
I'm surprised that hasn't been canceled. The criminals.
875 to the middle.
So they.
Shooter is going to continuation bet with
the school burned down in like the 20s. The high school.
That was a $300 bet. $400 bet.
You know, like the movie 310 to Yuma.
Yeah.
And so the territorial prison burned down. Or I mean,
It's the best hand to fold.
They met
Pocket
there for like
threes.
2 years while they rebuilt the school, and then they
He's gonna
became
take
the
that pot
criminals
now.
as their
Okay,
mascot.
Very nice bet.
Interesting. Very interesting. How old are you?
38.
It's always nice when your continuation bet gets through in those types of spots.
Especially on a paired board like that.
It's like if you get called and then you turn something kind of, you feel obligated to bluff, and then all of a sudden there's 5K in the middle, and
You can't feel too good with Ace-6 on Jack-Jack-10, regardless of the turn.
yeah.
Last name? Northbridge? I think I know him. No. Usually, you know, when you're within a couple years, it's like you know everybody, but
So I figured you might.
yeah.
Steven, ace-jack off here in the hijack. Obviously, very powerful hand for late position. Kicks it up to $300.
Mountain Ridge. Glendale.
When you're Steven and playing a lot of hands, and you look down at a premium like this, you know it's going to be a good time. No one's going to believe you. More chances that you get called on future streets.
Yeah, you feel obligated to get action, and Chubb is going to provide that action. 3-betting the King-6 suit out of the small blind to $1,300, going a bit over 4x his open size.
What's his name?
Very spicy.
Incognito, yeah. He was my year, 01.
I heard he was kind of like a little bit of a bully.
Yeah.
Definitely an awkward spot here for Steven. I mean,
Football team that year.
he does suspect he has his best hand, and he is correct, but I personally feel really uncomfortable in these spots.
Him walking around campus.
Yeah, having an offsuit hand, it's not the greatest, but you do get to play in position.
On any board, like so high.
Heads up to this pot, 2,800 in the middle, and Chubb's King-6 suited flopping a King-high flush draw.
Look at that equity there, almost 50-50 right
I
now.
want to say the Bills. He ended up 3 or 4 teams at the end of his.
It looks like he's going to continuation bet $800. Steven's ace-jack is currently the best hand, but this is definitely a precarious situation for him.
I agree, and what a great bet by Chubb. It's not too big, but you can tell that Steven is still put in an awkward decision, an awkward situation.
Small school, like too small for me.
It's not religious affiliated at all, right?
What a safe turn card there for Steven. Turn 8 board pair, 4,400 in the middle, and Chubb.
Into the film program.
Okay.
So I thought it was.
Looks like he might be continuing his aggression here.
Maybe it's more now.
Okay.
Yeah, not really sure how many 8s either opponent has, but you can assume that Steven feels really good about his hand, that if he had the best hand on the flop, he still has the best hand now.
Looks like Chubb does bet $2,500 to $4,400 pot, so about 2/3 pot. Pot size now 6,900, and Steven's ace-jack currently the best hand, but hard for him to know that.
Absolutely.
I remember
He does have a hard, but there he does. He lets it go. Chubb gets a great bluff through.
Like 6 a.m. runs in the off season.
You just can't hope for too much when you're Steven. If you're calling now, there's just too many bad river cards, so I don't blame him for folding that at all.
And they're just like, it's the best.
That's why in like those types of spots, like I feel as though if I call flop, I'm probably calling that turn, and that's probably why I just fold flop a lot.
Yeah, I totally understand, because then you're probably obligated to call on plenty of rivers too. So
Did you graduate from Yale?
you can see how it just compounds into
exactly.
a $10,000 pot at least.
But you know, that being said, like I don't blame him for calling. I'm just saying why personally I feel like so scared in those spots and just play kind of tight.
Absolutely, you're looking for that offsuit ace on the turn.
Yeah,
that's about
exactly.
I had nothing going for me.
I was floating in with a quarter pot size whenever.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, he was great. He just floated with his quarter pot.
I should have four bet you early instead, but I'm an idiot and didn't do that. But that would have worked. Maybe not though. I mean, 6-7 suited would have been nice.
Justin picking up pocket eights in early position. He's going to kick it up 350. Chup on the button after just 3-bet bluffing. Now pits up ace king. I mean, what a perfect spot to pick up a monster just after you were 3-bet bluffing before, even if nobody saw it.
That's the absolute best time. When you just raise, and raise.
We're going to play a big one, though.
And the time that you have it is the best time.
Yeah, definitely. Chup also tends to lean towards being pretty aggressive in these games.
And all that,
You'll get a rebate the next hand, though.
Yeah, it's great.
Looks like Justin is going to call. We are heads up to this flop, 26-25 in the middle.
More? Taking it one
This
at a time?
3-bet pot.
Just found out.
Pocket eights, currently still the best hand. Pretty safe board texture too for them.
I'm surprised we didn't see an 8 on the flop with the rate that the sets have been coming tonight.
That's great.
Yeah, eights have been running pretty hot tonight.
Did you guys do like a gender reveal type thing? And
Looks like Chup checks back the flop, turn 9 of diamonds, and Justin's going to lead half pot. Think his eights is the best hand, and it definitely is right now.
Fourth one, so we waited all the way until.
Kind of a tough spot here for Chup.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel like your hand is a bit under-repped. An ace or a king is probably good.
What it is, you know, and then it was
Maybe your opponent is bluffing.
2 boy, 2 girl. All right.
They had all the hand-me-downs still.
Yeah.
My wife's an interior designer, so she needs to like decorate the room and plan.
Oh yeah.
So she wouldn't go for that.
She wouldn't go for it. But I like the gamble of that. It sounds more fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Justin betting $3,000. What a crazy bet here. Like, this bet shows how comfortable he is with the eights just being the best hand here, because this is definitely not a bluff.
Absolutely. He's putting Chup on the exact hand that he has. Ace king, maybe ace queen. Maybe a hand like ace 5 that he didn't see bet on the flop. But you could tell he knows his target, because Chup is not letting this go. Maybe he's thinking that Justin has a missed straight draw, 6-7, some sort of diamonds.
Or like just king queen that decided to bet.
There's a lot of possibilities here. $8,000 in the middle.
I don't like folding, Justin. I really don't like to fold.
Especially to me, right? You can call. Probably good.
Justin really knows his man well when he says, especially to me. Don't like to fold, and especially to me. He's got his man right where he wants him.
Look at that.
You love
Gets the call from ace high.
What a great bet there by Justin. That is an incredibly tough bet to find.
Slow roll? That's your favorite hand.
So sick.
I would have been a 6 slow roll.
Yeah, what a champ.
I would have slow rolled.
Appreciated
Justin is the GOAT.
Slow rolls are allowed. Slow rolls are allowed.
Slow rolls are on? Okay.
Slow rolls are on.
Make me mad. Wow. Make me mad, but later on, I'll love you. Like, that was awesome.
Justin on an amazing heater early into tonight's stream.
Justin, you keep stealing my 8s.
I need all your cards to win.
I mean, yes, he's running well, but that bet was a primo bet there. That was just a really, really good decision by him.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's right.
Absolutely.
Nice man, bro.
Thank you.
I played.
I opened 350, bro.
to be honest.
Under the gun, 350. It's like, I hope he has king queen right now.
If you are new to tonight's stream, we have the Arizona poker crew here. The most well-known of this crew is Stephen Jones. He just took second in the World Series of Poker main event this previous year for about $6 million. Tyler Hancock, also pretty well known in the poker industry. He is the co-founder of StakeKings.com. Buy and sell poker action on there.
It really was. I saw it.
Pretty much everyone else in this game, they're all from the Arizona area. They all play together at Talking Sticks pretty often against each other.
Great.
Looks like we're going to be 3 ways to this flop. 6-5 of hearts. Currently has the best equity, even though it is not a great hand. It is a 6-high flush draw, which is probably good to take this down.
Yeah, if you're sitting there with Tyler with just the gutter, no flush draws. Oh, but look at this.
Wow, Justin with a savage float. This is definitely, I'm going to win this pot at some point. This is mine.
And not only that, does he turn one of the best cards in the deck besides a pair. If you float the flop with 5-3, I don't think
you're folding this turn. Yeah, look at that check raise. Yeah, this is definitely I am winning this pot. I don't care what happens. And what a tough spot here for Steven.
Right, just 6 high. He's got to be worried that he's up against a worse flush draw in his best case scenario.
Yeah.
Less, live more.
I mean, better flush draw.
Yeah, he could very easily just be drawing dead, effectively dead. He's getting 3-to-1 odds. He is in position.
And so she's riding her bike.
Wow.
Much. So now I just wear this like whenever I'm driving, if I'm tempted to pull it out, like just right here.
What a jam.
This is absolutely unbelievable.
This is definitely a GG moment.
Just living life to the fullest too. So
looks like Justin's going to protect his image, like, you know, doesn't want people to know he was messing around.
Both of them with the biggest smiles on their faces, one with 6 high, one with 5 high, and $17,000 in the bank.
River. Black 4.
Oh, I get bad B.
2-2-8. You guys would have chopped.
What an unbelievable hand, and an even more unbelievable
what a 3-bet
read.
Yeah, 3-bet jam by Steven. Yeah. Like I said, Steven's instincts are just unbelievable in this game. He's just so good with these spots. Of course, GG, what a great game. And honestly, when you have those types of instincts and get second in the main event, it truly is a great game.
I have to agree with you, Ryan. That was maybe my favorite hand of the night so far. I really thought Justin was going to take it down.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take it down too. He had no reason not to win that. Like,
what a silly hand.
Steven had the exact type of hand that should bet fold a decent amount of the time. Justin put him in that spot, and Steven just like, nope, I win anyways. Give me this pot.
Really great stuff.
I told you I'm not a hit, man. We haven't played together.
Steven Jones really feeling himself, opening the queen deuce suited under the gun.
I mean, when you get a move like that through, he did have the best hand, but it was such a boss move.
Should have just called. Had a gutter ball.
Oh, that's out.
Just wanted to show you guys.
Oh, he straddled. The graphics just misread it. That makes way more sense.
Capable boys.
I was gonna say.
You're betting 3,000 with 8s, you know.
It's 5 high.
All right, so we are 3 ways to this flop. Justin with the suited Doyle Brunson, rest in peace. Shooter's ace queen, the best hand pre-flop, and the best hand on the flop, flopping top pair. Justin's flopped a mid pair though. Got a $300 continuation bet with Justin calling, 1,600 in the middle. Turn is a 3, giving Justin a gutter ball to go with that mid pair.
Shooter checking his ace-queen. Oftentimes you'll see players bet here for some protection against some diamonds or worse draws.
Tomorrow too.
As you can see, the river is a 5 of diamonds. Shooter would have lost to any flush draws or pairs of 5s, so he's happy to check.
Yeah, when you see that river card hit and you check, you're just hoping your opponent checks back. If you face a bet, you are very unhappy.
So are you just going to be traveling back and forth a lot, or what?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to have to travel to Vegas for a while.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I was traveling back and forth. I'll come out there as early as you guys.
Yeah, come on. We'll get you set up.
Well, we have the new Valley Bet in Arizona.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier.
To talk about that on the stream.
We would love to.
What is it? About how fast the app is. It's great. We share it. It's amazing. We do. It's the only app I use. Valley Bet. Quick cash outs. All the best lines.
Good lines, yeah.
Chup's a D-Gen. He's on the app like crazy, too. Me and Chup use it a lot. Yeah. It's a good app.
I'm a guy betting, you know, Japanese baseball at 4 in the morning, you know.
Ping pong.
Yeah, ping pong. Ping pong.
Camera right there is on Kiero Loves You. Kiero is our social media editing guru. On top of that, if you've been watching Live at Commerce, he's been the main co-host for it as well.
Oh my
so
God.
Kiero is a man of many, many hats.
What do you have?
No, you always have something.
Looks like we have an open with King Jack suited buck 50. Tyler calling out of the hijack. Blake picking up pocket tens and cutoff and 3-betting to 650.
Feels like a really good
Steven cold calling out of the big blind with 10-9 suited.
You could see just how bad of shape he's in.
You like living in LA?
We are 4 ways to this 3-bet pot. 2650 in the middle.
You know,
Wow.
Firework flop here.
Oh my. Somehow everyone has either a pair or a nut flush draw, or both.
homelessness thing, you know?
Got him.
It's like second nature to me.
It's you just
This
look
could
past
get
it almost,
expensive.
Right? Like it's so prevalent. It's sad.
So prevalent, it's just normal.
Option checks over to Blake, who was the pre-flop aggressor.
Where are they?
Oh, and he is going to continuation bet too.
You can see he has 1% equity somehow with just second pair.
He has to not only hit his set, but he also has to fade flush draw.
And there's only one more 10 out there.
Looks like Steven's going to check raise his mid pair plus flush draw. Nate's King Jack currently the best hand, but this check raise does get him to fold it.
Wow. Great raise.
Yeah.
Tyler's nut flush. This is definitely the hand that Steven wants to really get out as well. See how powerful these flop check raises can be in these multi-way spots. That's why you see people check raise, you know, these flush draws pretty often, is when you can get top pair to fold, maybe get, say, a nut flush draw to fold.
Oh, nice.
Now this is a really tough spot for Tyler.
A lot of the production side for.
Look at that. He does get him to fold.
His hand was not on the way.
Yeah, Tyler calls with the nut flush draw. Does get the pair of tens. Ouch. Oh, ouch. GG, Steven. I mean, I can't see anything happening but him going broke here.
I totally agree. Just about a pot-sized bet left. Flush over flush situation with $10,000 in this pot.
Steven here just dreaming of Las Vegas and the Tropicana.
You are so happy if you are Steven with that turn card.
I'm adding on 4,000.
When it's really Tyler here. Tyler KGB.
When you have the nuts and you're in position and your opponent is betting into you, you see he just makes the call. He sets the trap in case he's bluffing.
Oh, that river deuce of diamonds.
Wow. This may get Steven out. Look at that. He does check. If that river wasn't a diamond, I don't think he would have checked.
Yes, Tyler, you're trying to find an amount that just like gets forced paid, right?
So sick. I either got really lucky or really unlucky. Call. Yeah, I got really lucky. Saved a little bit of money.
What a great bet there by Tyler. Like, Steven didn't even think about folding.
No, absolute snap call, that $4,000 bet there.
Well, it could have came with 7 diamonds.
Steven could have lost the remaining $6,000 in his stack. Had that other diamond not come, I imagine he would have been all in himself.
River saved me money.
So what do you think about Tyler's turn call? Are you just calling there in game as well, or are you going to set up the jam for value?
Absolutely. Obviously, in that situation, it didn't work out because the river killed his action. But I think calling in position, especially when the river comes and you have less than a pot-sized bet left or close to it, you're very happy to just put it in yourself if your opponent doesn't.
So if he was out of position, you'd think he would have checked. Ooh, okay, so after that hand, Justin, currently our biggest winner of the night, plus $9,000. Thanks to that hand, Tyler, now currently in second place, plus 5,600. There also are 2 biggest stacks of the night currently at 29 and 27,000. For VPIP, we're now about 30 hands in, and Justin is leading the VPIP game at 73%.
That is absolutely legendary GOAT status.
So he's our loosest player by a mile, and he's our biggest winner by a decent margin as well. Blake, they're down at the bottom at 11%.
I was 34. Oh, they had your name.
It's got to be like 60 though.
They had your name. That's a record low, by the way.
That's a record low. Holy shit.
So the players right now, anytime we get that information, they get it on the TV behind them.
That is pretty awesome. They get to track themselves throughout the night, maybe encourage each other to play more hands, compete with each other.
So every once in a while, they'll do a game called the VPIP game, where you must keep your VPIP above a certain number. Usually it's like 35%. And usually what happens is when you drop below 35%, you get forced to pay a penalty every single hand throughout the next dealer change.
Every single hand?
Every hand you pay a $100 penalty.
For 30 minutes?
For 30 minutes straight.
Wow. Maybe I would imagine people don't go
or a
below
$200 penalty or $500 penalty.
Yeah.
Usually it's a pretty expensive penalty.
Let me look at my hand.
That probably gets the job done.
All right, so now that we have a dealer change, we have a double board PLO bomb pot. Everyone gets dealt a PLO hand, and then we play 2 board textures. Everyone puts in $100. That's why it's bomb. Looks like we have Steven potting this 10-8-7-4.
I appreciate that sometimes, and sometimes
Justin currently has the best hand on both boards.
Pretty scary board to pot on without a 5 on that bottom board, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Also a pretty scary board up top to pot on as well, because he only had the bottom end of the wrap. If he had like Queen 10-8-7, I would expect that to be a pot type hand.
I can't decide between
or like
this one,
Queen, or like 10-8-7-5, something like that.
What do you? I don't like the naked ones.
Looks like Justin has full house up top, trips down below.
Steven decides to check now.
He had the best in there.
Justin definitely just thinking about how much he could get paid.
Head up to the room if you want to chill for a little bit.
Hoping that Steven has maybe a flush to call him with.
Well, I was thinking.
Good bet there by Justin. Unfortunately for him, Steven just had nothing.
Okay.
You're good with queens.
Justin adds to his winnings.
Yeah, literally, you're good.
Yeah, but I can't own a cat.
Scooping the bomb pot.
The closest I can get to cats.
Oh, you did have a 5?
I had a 5 on the bottom, too.
Queens was good on both boards.
All right, Nick game's back on, right?
Yeah.
Straddle's back on.
Are you trying to be a commercial pilot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, is the Nick game the same as the stand-up game? Okay.
So they have their own.
So they're doing the stand-up game, which is just, they're calling it the Nick game, which also works. It's just the player who last wins the pot ends up paying everyone else, except they're doing it as a flip, so they just pay $1,400 to middle, they do a flip.
Or they bought out.
And then they also have the straddle back on. So now we're back to playing $25.50 with a $50 big blind ante and a forced $100 straddle. And then the stand-up game is if you're the last person to win a pot, you pay $1,400 to the middle, and everyone does a flip for that $1,400 bucks.
Stand-up game is on.
Again?
Hand number 1, yeah.
From what they were doing the previous dealer change, they're playing 25, 50, 50, no stand-up game, to this, they essentially just like 4x the stakes that they were playing, essentially.
That's a pretty big change. And you saw that there was still plenty of action before this.
Yeah.
So you can only expect it to go up from here.
Didn't you get screwed by that? Or no?
Looks like Justin with an ace on the button.
No, last time.
I got screwed by that. Yeah.
Kicks it up. Stephen Jones with the queen 3 suited in the small blind, and Nate with the queen 3 suited in the big blind as well. Queen 3, of course, being one of the main hands of Bally Live Poker.
Check.
And look at that.
Everyone gets a piece of this. Steven and Nate both flopping top pair with the 3 kicker. Justin flopping bottom pair, and is going to continuation bet. Looks like he's going to bet 350 and get called probably by both players, which he does.
Check. 350.
It's really hard to let go of any pairs when you're playing the stand-up game, as you're very incentivized to win hands.
Nate turns the free roll, turning that spade flush draw.
Double checks his cards to say, wait, I have 2 spades.
And looks like we are probably going to see a chop pot between Steven and Nate.
Queen.
So it happens in chop pots. No stand-up game gets counted.
Oh, yes. No one gets a button.
No one gets a button. No one gets a button.
Oh yeah.
That's the best that could have happened there.
Yeah.
We're cooler.
I like Nathan's hand a lot better though. On the turn.
I wonder why
the better out.
I like it better.
You just like black cards better?
I like the spades better. The suits.
Can you chop that?
So Nathan, he's also from Arizona, plays at Talking Stick pretty often. He's mostly a cash game player.
Queen 3, all right.
Apparently in the main event that Stephen Jones just won, the most recent one, Nathan took 65th.
Wow.
So two players.
Deep runs at this table in the 2023 main event. That's hard to do.
Speaking of tournament results that are very hard to do, Steiner there in the blue. He won the most recent Arizona State Poker Championship out of 2,000 players
You guys are
in 2023.
We're for real.
He also won the exact same event out of 1,500 players in 2022.
Back to back.
Back-to-back Arizona State champ.
For a little bit.
So, and he's going for the three-peat.
What are the chances of that?
I mean, 1 in 1580 and 1 in 2,000.
That's a lot.
So, real tough. Real tough.
What an amazing result there. That's very impressive.
It's
Playing for the last room right now.
Looks like Chup has ace deuce in the straddle. Blake's gonna raise pocket queens under the gun +1.
Yeah, a couple things.
He's going to get called by Justin's cutoff with ace 5 off. And Steven, fortunately for Steven, like this type of king jack suited 3-bet hand, wonderful hand to use. Unlucky for him, Blake just has pocket queens.
How do you think Blake's going to proceed here with so much action in front of you?
I mean, if I
Typically, you don't feel super good getting cold 4-bet
That's like event
when you're in early position.
Is it
Well,
one?
it was a straddle. It just didn't count the straddle as, so it's a 3-bet.
Like number
A
4.
raise and a call and a 3-bet. So
first one playing.
you're feeling pretty good about it.
I just went through
As you see.
2 days ago.
You plan on playing a lot of tournaments?
So he's going to kick it up. It looks like he's going 2.5 times Steven's size.
I think I paired it down 25.
Blake has been the tightest player. We've seen Blake's just been card dead and spot dead this entire time.
No, I haven't either.
Will Steven take that into consideration
Or it's just whatever
see.
people pick.
when making his decision here?
Yeah, I would expect that too. However, we don't know their previous history. He plays with these guys all the time.
That's
So
a really
even though
good
he's been
point.
super tight, Steven calls the king jack and
Into your pocket.
gets rewarded for it. Wow. So this is a heads up 4-bet pot. $8,525 in the middle. Got about a pot size bet back. And unfortunately for Blake, his pocket queens no longer the best hand.
Only 16% equity after being a huge favorite pre-flop.
Fine.
I do wholesale deals.
It's like the nicest house I've seen on
You do wholesale deals?
available. Yeah.
Steven snap jams too.
Nailed it.
What a gross spot for Blake.
For them, like I'll find deals for my clients, stuff like that. Like
Steven immediately puts him on his exact hand too.
throughout the wholesalers that like fit what they need to do and how much they want to make.
This is definitely our GG moment. We have a 4-bet pot. Wow, what a great fold by Blake.
Wow, great fold. I'm not sure I would have been able to make that fold, especially in the stand-up game. He does have a diamond blocking some hands that Steven may be bluffing with, like ace-queen of
He also
diamonds.
blocks what? Queen Jack, Queen 10.
Jack of diamonds, yeah.
Pretty sure.
Absolutely.
Blocks like ace queen.
One over, no problem. Yeah.
I'm still stuck though.
Get the guy to bed.
So you know.
Yeah, definitely a GG moment there for Stephen Jones. You know, when you take second in the main event, you suck out on queens in these 4-bet pots. It truly is a great game.
Yeah, please. That was the goal the first time I was going.
Bro, I should have just like, I should have let out. Then you would have went all in. I would have like snapped.
Someone asking, where's the game going to move after Trop is closed? We don't know yet for sure. We'll be able to announce that once we have a final deal in place. So keep your eyes peeled. That being said, even though this game is being shut down, we have Live at the Commerce that is being played on this channel. I want to say right now they're running about 3 nights a week, so please check that out.
Yeah, there will be plenty of action to hold over.
Yep.
Or it's 2 dimes.
So just make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel here and you'll get notified. Also check us out on YouTube, or sorry, check us out also on Twitter or on X and on Instagram, Valley Live Poker. We're the same across all social media. And you'll get to see all these games that are popping up. Commerce games have all been really big. They've pretty much all been 100 or higher that I've seen for the most part. Lots of well-known poker players, some celebrities. So really good lineups that they've been getting down there.
There's a lot of great action on Valley Live Poker.
That was for kid number 2.
Yeah.
Speaking of great action, how about top pair versus top and bottom 2 pair? Justin running hot and playing very well today. It's a good combo.
What? So far. Don't jinx it. Keep saying that, yeah. Keep asking me questions about that, yeah. Let's jinx him. Undefeated and...
Definitely a tough spot here for Tyler. He has no reason not to think his top pair is good. It looks like we're heads up to this turn with about 1,600 in the middle.
Shots!
Picks up a up-down straight draw to go with, even though it's a little bit not the best straight draw, still pretty good.
You can see his equity more than doubled from the flop.
Looks like Justin's betting 515 to about 1,500. Tyler getting about 4 to 1 on a call here.
Tough spot for Tyler, but he's still going to hang in there. No luck for him on the river.
Yeah, Justin's just going to check back that 2 pair.
Scottsdale?
Yeah, like you go to Chaparral.
I mean, deuce of hearts is kind of scary.
It's right there, yeah. Desert.
Kind of hard to get called by many worse hands as well there.
Absolutely. After getting called twice, the front door flush completes.
It's pretty new then.
You're hoping he has a worse 2 pair, or just doesn't believe you.
Yeah, which is hard to have a worse 2 pair there. When he's going to have Jack 10, he's going to have...
And he didn't raise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
You're like hoping he has ace 9 or ace deuce.
He wouldn't have gotten called by that particular hand from Tyler, so that was a great read by Justin.
Yeah, Justin's been, like, he's been by far the loosest player, but he's been navigating these spots very well.
Absolutely on point
They're
tonight.
friends, so I feel like, you know.
You have an old soul?
Old soul, yeah.
Do you bet on it or just watch it?
I do.
You could be his dad.
It's like,
You look like you're 29.
This is my 3rd pick.
there's a game on, and people I don't, like, if I
How old are you?
want to be interested in it, and I don't care for any of the
I keep
teams.
saying just turned 40.
You know, I don't do
but
anything
it's
big.
not just.
Just to be entertaining.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm going
Pure
out
40.
like on a date with my wife, and we want to go sit at a bar and watch a game. Like, throw $20.
We are in the stand-up
You know,
game.
something just
We are.
Brandon, how old are you?
exciting.
I've read, like, when people want to go to Vegas on the budget, best thing to do is just, like, bet a little bit on sports, then you got 3 hours.
Exactly.
Brandon, how old are you?
It's Blake.
I always call him Brandon. I don't know why Blake.
26.
Porn star Blake, guys.
26? Oh, yeah.
And you're 29.
Not unless you put some in
He's
there.
39.
You can add to the
I'm
pot.
40.
40 now.
Yeah.
You want?
My bad. I knew it was Blake. I just always fucking say Brandon. Sorry.
I hang out with Brandon too.
So is Chup a nickname?
Looks
My
like
Chup Run?
Steven here is kicking up with pocket 4s and hijack after
Origin?
Justin limps the 10-3 offsuit.
Are your folks from
Steiner's going to 3-bet pocket 5s to 950.
Over there, or are they here?
And Nate cold 4s the dealer button with ace-6 suited
Yeah, my grandma just turned
into
90.
Tyler's big blind with pocket
Oh my
ace-6.
God, Ryan, we are going to see
Cooking,
some
cleaning.
fireworks.
I mean, wakes up.
If we haven't already.
Starts vacuuming and starts cooking dinner and lunch.
And we have a raise, a 3-bet, a cold 4 4-bet, our first cold 4-bet bluff.
Yeah, for sure.
He has an ace and still runs into aces.
That's some bad luck right there. He's gonna get a cold 5-bet to $10,000.
What did you start?
Wow.
What a spot to be in. Looking down at pocket aces.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I was just scared.
And he takes it down.
Aces, baby.
That's it?
What a donation.
I mean, and Nate, his cold 4-bet bluff was working.
What a donation.
I had kings.
It
There was
absolutely would
pocket
have gone
4s
through.
and pocket 5s.
What a nick.
Like, they're just folding.
Right, that's a super scary spot to be in. You can only imagine that
I lost a lot of
it's the strongest hands that are going to cold 5-bet behind.
The best hand.
But then you had 6-7 and
This time it was the best hand in Hold'em.
That's like kind of like, you know, people think about running bad like in like direct terms, like, oh, I got sucked out on, or oh, I got coolered. But what about like you find a really good bluff spot and someone just behind has aces?
It wasn't king.
It was so unlucky.
That would have been.
And it was good timing too. Like they had weak hands, he was gonna get a fold.
Was gonna fold kings, like that would have been the exact scenario.
It was pretty obvious I had aces.
Would have won the button.
I wanted you guys all to know I had aces.
Have you ever folded?
I've never folded kings pre-flop, but if I did, like that would have been the time.
I've done it once.
I never have.
Was it correct?
I almost folded kings
Where
once.
it's like, OMC.
It was an easier situation. Small game back in the day, like old guy.
If you folded kings pre-flop, let us know in chat.
Too many people that.
That's a really tough thing to do.
Ace 5 suited's in.
Have you ever folded kings pre-flop?
Oh yes, many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
Have you ever folded kings pre-flop in a cash
old
game?
man coffee.
Yes, and in tournaments.
Never gonna
Cash
step
games
out of
like
line.
2 million.
It's always aces.
Most of the times that I folded kings pre-flop, I got shown aces.
Wow.
Most of the times.
You want to go for?
I've also been shown kings before.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to do that.
Those are annoying, but still means I made probably a good fold. Only a couple times have I been shown worse hands. And usually it's like they showed me queens.
What were you doing?
Or like ace king suited or whatever.
If you made it like 6K, I would fold too.
If you folded kings pre-flop in chat, please let us know. It's a hard spot to find.
You just have no respect for my.
Wow, looks like this pair of 8s with a flush draw is the best hand.
78% equity 5 ways on the turn.
Kind of hard to do that with the third pair.
That is really hard to do.
And he is going to bet it.
And somehow he knows. Somehow he knows he has the best hand.
Wait. Wasn't I playing? Yeah, wait. A little slow today.
Like when you bet in this spot and it just goes fold, how thrilled, like what a great spot. You just love that so much.
Not afraid of the diamond, not afraid of the queen.
Easy game.
The parries.
You playing a lot of tournaments?
You can't lose with these.
Great bet for Justin. There were a lot of cards you don't want to see.
He has been running hops today with 8s. He just said, I had a pair of 8s.
Wasn't I just the?
You just have to assume it's the best hand.
Yeah, 8s is just the best hand for him.
I for some reason view you as a tournament player. Like,
So you folded kings pre-flop before?
Someone who can like.
I folded kings pre-flop
It could be the glasses.
once.
Once?
Maybe once.
People that wear black Nuggets hats.
Hey, the Nuggets.
I don't know if it was correct or not.
It's true. They're going to make me a lot of money again this year.
Yeah.
You bet on them again?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are they healthy?
Oh, yeah.
Are you from Denver?
I got shooter to
What'd
bet
you
on
get?
them.
I got on them.
I got like 5-1, 6-1 preseason.
What are they now?
Like plus 270 or something to win it all.
Really?
Yeah, like 3-1.
Trying it again. 950.
Looks like Nathan got a nice size bet down on Nuggets to win
Just behind the Celtics.
NBA.
What if I want to get weird?
It's close though. Nuggets like
No
3-1.
getting weird.
Celtics are like 2.5-1, depending on the sports books.
Stevens kicking it up with his king 8 suited. Steiner wakes up with ace king suited
Awesome.
and 3 bets. Look at Blake, snap folding ace queen.
Fold. What a read right there.
What a wonderful fold.
So fun.
I remember
Didn't
when,
even think
this
about
kid
it.
was playing poker and he was telling the story how he bet.
Knew he was out
Lions
picked
and
by Steiner.
Does Steiner have the chip too?
that they
He
didn't
doesn't.
never happened.
That makes that fold so much better. What an incredible fold there.
Very impressive.
Oh, and he would have gotten completely stacked too.
The last 3 years are.
He would have ran right into the cooler.
So
But
what happened
instead he
was
saves.
said he was in Vegas with his best friend.
What a wonderful fold. That's definitely a fold of the night, honestly. He didn't even think about it either.
$100. they
Not
won't
winning
win a game.
again.
So he had to go
When
to
you know, you know.
two different. He went to Caesars, got Caesars to do it, and so he said
We're heads up in this 3-bet pot, but looks like Steiner's just going to c-bet and take this down
They
and
had,
show the ace king. Blake has to feel so good about that.
That's right.
Like, Blake's been having a rough night. You know, he's been, like, forced to play really tight. He finally picks up queens, gets in a 4-bit pot versus king jack suited, gets sucked out on, and then makes that fold.
Unbelievable. Good for him. Shown the good news that he laid down.
Did he do it?
He made the correct lay down.
So he said
Maybe, just maybe, he's going to get a little rewarded for that. That's my hope.
You'd hope that karma exists in poker.
And he said he
Do you believe that it does?
That's awesome.
How much did it pay? No. It paid like $380.
Not even a little bit. But
$100.
for Blake's sake, I hope it does.
The first team ever.
Just for tonight, at
Just for
least.
tonight.
Never not won. Wow, that's sick.
I mean, look at that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how can you root against that guy?
21 years old.
I think preceding this year, Cardinals were their line was
Like 2.5.
3 games.
like I thought it was 0, but which
Playing pretty good, huh?
maybe 1.
Chup gonna kick it up in the hijack with Jack 10 offsuit.
That'd be hard to...
Looks like Stevens in the big line with 8-4 of diamonds. Going to call.
A little bit of recent movement, like quarterbacks, right?
Steiner the big blind, or Steiner the straddle, king 4 off.
You and Audrey are watching? I checked so hard. Is your mama watching?
What position did you play?
Receiver.
Okay, you're fast.
What?
Used to be.
Same.
You still got it, I can tell. You still got a little bit.
Now I
Steven flops an 8 high flush draw. Currently has the best equity, barely. Chup currently with the best hand.
Like in my mind, I was like,
Probably going to be a tough pot for Chup to win. Steven does not really like to fold in these spots.
I'm like, man.
Both players turn a straight draw to go with their hand.
You're not.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
Okay.
Steven here looks like he's going to lead out with a bet, which I really like.
Then, and I probably lost 10 or 15 pounds.
Steven just likes to put his opponents in like really tough, awkward decisions.
Absolutely. He says that 7 favors him more.
Darren Muji.
The hands that he calls on the flop.
He was quarterback in high school, but then he went to the NFL and played.
Yeah, the blind defense spots definitely, those types of turns are definitely going to be really good for them.
Absolutely, he gets the best hand to fold. And the hand with some decent equity too. So props to Steven for that bet.
Fitzpatrick was
like I said, like I've seen Steven play a lot. His instincts are just so on point.
That was my little region.
He was
so good. He played basketball too, but he was like the 8th man on their basketball team.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a tough basketball region.
Yeah.
Highland won it 1 year, Gilbert won it the next year, and
we have ace-king suited here for Blake. Chup popped it up to $300 with pocket 3s, and Blake is going to 3-bet to $1,000.
This may be Blake's time for some redemption after the cooler spots that he's been put in.
I don't know how I folded it either. It was like...
Wow, look at all these hands. Pocket
Queen jack
4s.
suited, pocket 3s, pocket 4s, pocket 7s.
Trying to give Dustin a run for his money. I'm pretty sure I have on this next.
You were down on the list.
We're no win.
Chup's pocket 3s, currently the best hand, and he is going to call it. So we're heads up in this 3-bet pot, 2,200 in the middle.
When you're this deep stacked, you often will call these pairs. Hopefully hit a set.
30, maybe a 4 or something.
And it looks like Blake got queen jack suited to fold, got pocket 4s to fold,
Just above me or just maybe all my hands.
and now he probably has a pretty good opportunity to win this here. It looks like he is going to continuation bet.
73%. That's
Epic.
That's quality.
And if you're Chup, this is a really tough spot, especially in the stand-up game.
Every time.
Blake bets 600 into 2,200, 2,800 in the middle. Chup's getting really good odds on the call here.
Absolutely, especially if you imagine that your opponent is unlikely to have a 5 or a 4.
I can know his if it's for that, yes.
He's going to get called.
Look at that turn.
What a gorgeous turn card there for Blake.
He picks up so much equity, you have to imagine he's going to keep bluffing,
I don't know play yet.
especially to get hands like Chup's pocket 3s to fold.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Chup and you don't have a queen here and you face a bet, you're just miserable.
Let's go tractor down.
You're hitting on girls from here.
Nice to see Blake get a little bit of money back.
And just plays himself.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, go figure. Ace king.
Oh my! What do you expect from me?
Nothing else.
The gin turn.
I just realized. It's game spades, right? Yeah, it was.
So Blake is
I would have flopped
just became a certified pilot instructor. He used to teach paragliding.
That's pretty wild. Have you ever been paragliding?
That doesn't count for the button.
I've been parasailing. Is that the one where the boat pulls you and you're in the? Yeah, so I've done that before.
Paragliding is you jump.
Yeah, you jump off. No, I've not done that.
I have.
When you won,
that is really scary.
I've not done that. I've not
activity.
skydived, but I've flown by myself in a plane. I've soloed in a Blonic glider and I've soloed in a Cessna.
That is honestly just as impressive. I mean, I don't know if it's worse that you're jumping off a cliff. Paragliding.
Paragliding is insane. That is insanity. He also, honestly, just as insane. Apparently, he recently biked across the country, like on a bicycle, with 9 high school students.
Do you think this bicycle had a motor on it?
No, probably not. He said it was a pedal bike the entire way. Him with 9 other high school students, and he took them across country.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, absurd. All right, so here are chip counts tonight. Steiner currently bringing up the bottom 7,300. Big stack is 34K. Justin also our big winner of the night plus 13,000. Chup currently throwing the biggest party down about 7,700 bucks.
I saw an article this morning.
And now that we have a dealer change, we're doing a double board PLO bomb pot. Everyone tosses in 100 bucks. Everyone gets dealt 4 cards, and we play PLO for 2 boards.
Really good for Justin.
The reason why these bomb pots are usually double board is because it ends up in a chop pot a decent amount of the time. If you just have one board, it's very likely someone just gets all of it. It's very hard to win both boards. Usually these like big all-ins between 2 hands, someone has up top, someone has down below. Like for instance here, up top, Steiner just has quads, but he has nothing down below. So Steiner certainly could just win this hand by like getting a good hand down below to fold. But it looks like Shooter down below has a set with an up-down straight draw. Those are probably the 2 hands that we're going to be seeing on the river.
If you're Steiner, you have one board completely locked down. Do you just put in as much money as possible to hopefully get anyone off of the second board?
Right, so he bet, it looks like he bet 400 into 800. I would have just potted because I want to apply as much pressure as possible.
It seems hard to find a balance between getting paid, but also getting the entire pot.
So usually what happens is when you have like one board just completely locked, you just bomb it, and hope you get folds. So he looks like he's, he's full potting.
Is it 2? 2,000.
Shooter here with an awkward spot, but a call. The reason why I would call it, so A, he has a set, so that should be good, but he also has that 4. And that 4 is a really important card. Blocking ace-4 and blocking 6-4, the 2 cards, the 2 main cards that he can lose to. It does make a very tight, disciplined fold.
But it's no hold'em.
A 1-1 day.
Yeah, I personally would have called that, but I literally only call it because of the 4. If I don't have the 4 in my hand, I fold.
That's a really tough call.
So I don't blame him for making that fold, as it is that, honestly, it's that close of a difference for me. It's just that. The other thing too is, you know, Steiner can just have a 7 pretty easily, so you just have to call because of that. So these PLO bomb pots, they're incredibly tough to navigate because, you know, when someone's putting you in the spot and you have this kind of awkwardish calling hand, you don't know if they're bombing on your board or the other board.
Even I'm confused.
Yeah. It's a tough spot. I really love them. I find them absolutely fascinating.
2-button game.
I don't know what to do with 2 cards.
All right, so in the PLO bomb pots, stand-up game is just paused. So now it's back up.
Let me just double if you lose 2 in a row. Appreciate it.
So Blake has a chip. Steven has a chip.
Now that I have my button, yes, absolutely.
Looks like Blake needs one yet. Justin, of course, has one. He's been winning a lot of pots, so...
Now that I can.
I think Shooter needs one. Steiner has one. I think Shooter and Nate. Shooter and Nate might be heads up. Let's see if Tyler has one.
Oh, this looks awesome, thanks.
I think Chup needs one.
Do I eat with
I think we're three-handed right now between Chup, Shooter, and Nate.
Yeah.
And the stand-up game. Heads up in this single raise pot, Shooter and Justin. Shooter with the worst hand, but that jack-high flush draw is looking very pretty to him. 925 in the middle, and he is going to continuation bet a third pot.
Although maybe in like 30, I'll do a shot. You know.
What an easy way to get your button.
A very quick fold from the best hand. Obviously, Justin doesn't know that, and not a whole lot you could do with Queen Jack on that board with no flush draw.
Yeah, hard for you to know you have the best hand, and even though you have position, if you don't have like a flush draw or backdoor flush draw or anything similar.
I think a 9, I guess I'll win.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we're heads up between Nathan and Chup in the stand-up game.
You know, after that pot, I'm not going to do your thing right now.
Yep, we're heads up between Nathan and Chup. So whichever of these two players loses will owe $1,400 to the middle, and then they'll do a 8-way flip for that $1,400. So it's a $1,400 penalty for the person who doesn't win a pot between the two of them.
I told him, holding that picture ransom. Yeah, right. You have 24 hours to square up, or else this. He said he's never played Omaha. I called him, and I was like, "I'm sure you've had it."
I have. No, I think what I was saying.
I hit send. You know that dude at our table would have shit
double board.
Yeah, that one dude. I didn't even honestly I was thinking about that in the moment. I had my own reasons, but after he really let us know his opinion.
Yeah, let us know his opinion. Played quite a bit.
Dude, I only play 5
Yeah,
basically. I would never do that. Like, I would never do that. Whole different game, but yeah, we know you would. I find there's actually
Chup calling out the big blind with 9-8. Tyler defending his straddle with ace-deuce. 3 ways to this flop. Without the stand-up game, 9-8 just folds.
Out on, they just like turn their
Instead, look at this up-down straight draw on 2 overcards for Chup with 9 of hearts to go with.
Or you were just saying bottom, and I could have eaten.
Oh, damn.
Did he do it actually?
I don't know.
Okay. Easily.
I was just trying to motivate
Action checks around.
Motivate me at all. That would demotivate
Is Chup going to take a stab at this pot?
I mean, you'd think he would. 2 overs, up-down straight draw. No one's shown any interest.
Absolutely, and look at that. Exactly what he does. Gets a pair to fold.
I don't love double board.
I got videos of all my friends.
Now he just has to get through Justin.
But they're always like way more.
Just 2 overcards, which he does.
Takes it down. Wow.
9 high, win. What a great bet from
Like I
Chup.
said, if there was a couple other situational pretty good fluffs that were different.
Yeah.
Pretty unlucky there for Nathan that Chup just...
Double draw again.
Everyone, Kevin, your time chip. Nate, Nate lost.
Chup just immediately takes it down with an easy bet instead of it being battled. No one reapplied pressure. Just super duper easy.
All right,
You know.
all right, fair enough.
A two card.
You don't want to bludgeon me. If you go the winner, should
All right, so now they're flipping for $1,400.
I think I'm gonna win this.
Want a nice and slow Chup? I got you.
I like it nice and slow.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
And then apparently what they're going to do after this, they're going to run the stand-up game again. And if Nathan loses it again, he'll owe $2,800.
That is a huge penalty.
Yeah, so he is not going to lose a stand-up game. It might cost him $10,000, but he is not going to lose it.
One of the two of us, like I'm kind of.
I would play every hand if you doubled the penalty for me. You lose it once, feels bad, but to lose it twice.
I love it, having that type of like brutal penalty for it.
Really good card. Oh my God, that's a great card.
I need a 5.
Come on, get there.
5.
I have the 5.
Queen 3, the Bally live hand, going to do work.
Who set
Just
this
8
deck
ways.
up? Someone had to have set this deck up.
Oh, and it's Blake too. Blake getting a little bit of that money back. Good to see Blake running pretty well.
There we
We're not
go.
like actively rooting for anyone, but we don't want to see anyone get too hurt. And also, I like to root for someone that's been running poorly the rest of the night.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Queen 3.
There you go.
Looks like Chup's mom is in chat saying hi.
And then we'll get
worked hard for that one.
I love to see how much family comes in to watch.
Absolutely.
For people whose family are watching, and shout outs out that want to give. Stephen Jones, his mom and aunts, he wants to give a shout out to them. They're often watching.
First one's hardest to get.
Shooter, his wife and some of his friends are probably watching, as this is his first live stream. see here. Shup as well, of course. His family is watching. And then Justin, his family is watching as well.
Yeah, we've got a lot of family in the chat, but also in the house. We saw Steiner's father and grandfather came
Steiner's
to watch.
dad and grandpa came in to say hi.
Got some significant others watching as well, so.
And the straddle is
very fun and friendly game here.
Yeah, and you can tell that this is just a home game. I mean, they're constantly talking, they're having lots of fun, they're drinking, they did a shot to start the game.
The mandatory straddle was off.
Like, if this is how cash games always played, I would play a lot of cash.
I got to get my 1,400 back.
Yeah, all right. I'll allow it.
That's fair, right?
I'll allow it.
So stand-up game is back live. We have Justin limping the deuces, Steiner overcalling, Nate raising 9-8 suited to $800, getting ace-jack suited behind to fold out of the small blind.
One raiser, please.
That is a really tough spot for Tyler.
There you go. 37.
Blake 3-betting pocket eights to 3,700. This is like kind of like a semi-bluff equity push. I like it.
Right, a bit of a merge, as people call it. Is it value? Is it bluff? We saw that he did have the best hand, but it does put some even stronger hands in a tough situation.
And he shows it, and he gets that stand-up button right away too.
We limp.
Yes, thank you.
It is in pocket twos.
Yeah, see if I have anything else. I mean, I'll take it.
You know, when you take it down in like a spot like that, you just have to be so thrilled, especially with the stand-up game going.
Absolutely, such a weight lifted off your shoulders.
Mine was bigger. Okay, wow.
I'm not seeing the chip being given to him, but I do know they have it. Either they have it running again right now, or when they run it the next time. But he did show it immediately, so I think they do have it up and running.
Yeah, no, yeah. He turned pause on me when I popped in.
12K pot at 3.5.
Really? 5?
What a great necklace and shirt, by the way. I love it.
15 grand deep on it.
And can we mention pocket eights once again on fire tonight?
Just eights in general have been so hot. Justin hitting trip eights, flopping sets, winning with eights versus ace king, eights winning there.
I come in, I buy in 5,000 to match the stack. I think I had like ace jack or something.
You had kings, bro.
Oh, when you had aces. Yeah, and it was just 10K at 5,000 big blinds.
First hand, boom.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm going to my car to go get more cash. But then I won the other one with eights.
Graphics lagging a bit behind, but we're going to play as Steiner here.
No,
as if we don't know Justin's hand.
Looks like Steiner is playing it the same way, playing cautiously with that top pair weak kicker.
I think we played a flop in the turn.
No, what's the game on Rick and Morty?
Not that far.
Looks like Justin's going to lead out on this turn 7 of hearts. So it's ace, queen, 10, 2 hearts, turn 7 of hearts.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Justin limp called pre-flop and now is leading turn.
That's a good reason why you just check back one of these weak aces. You often get your opponent to either bluff into you on the turn, and you can have an easier call.
He's a scientist.
So you keep the range weak, and then you give yourself easier decisions in position.
Oh, okay.
Now Justin checks, and Steiner has an interesting decision. Once the 10 pairs,
not flush draw,
he does decide to check it back.
I cashed out like 16.
Justin had king 7 with the king of hearts.
I was in for 12.
So he had a pair, a straight draw, and a flush draw.
Wow.
Acey-deucey.
You're really happy to win with ace deuce when you see that hand.
It was almost.
Looks like stand-up game is off currently.
I know you did.
Plus a flush draw.
I could tell.
That's good.
It was
a gutter ball. I had all sorts of stuff going on there.
See if graphics will pop back up.
Fortunate river card.
If you are enjoying tonight's stream, a couple different ways you can help us out. Easiest way to help us out, click subscribe, click like, do that. Easiest way to help, takes you 1 second. We really appreciate it. Second way to help, go to Bally Live app. The reason why you want to go there, the absolute best place to watch the streams, the highest quality place to watch. Other reason why you might want to check it out is because it is the home of minor league baseball. So if you're a baseball fan and you want some minor league action, that is the place to check it out. They have tons of other sports as well, of course. It is a sport app. You can talk with other viewers. There's a ton of things there. Go check it out. Best 2 ways to help us out.
2 outed. Like, and both times pocket queens versus pocket tens.
No way.
Yes, I had pocket queens versus pocket tens, speaking of which. We got it all in on the flop. It was a 9-high board.
See, that's why I hate tournaments. Is like
you have huge pot, and guy was like, I folded a 10.
Looks like our graphics died. We're going to figure out what's going on and see if we can get them back up and running.
Pocket tens, we got it all in pre-flop, 200K pot, and just binks the 10.
So tilted.
Twice? Oh yeah, twice in the same turn.
And
that was like me with my 7.
running pretty bad.
How much is it?
See, I don't know how y'all do that all the time. Just like play for hours so well, only to just get
depress 90% of the time.
I do.
Looks like we're in a heads-up pot going to the turn between Chubb and Justin.
5.3 million reasons why, and he's got
6.5 million reasons.
Sorry, who's counting?
Who's counting?
He's got
0.6.
Yeah.
0.6 reasons.
When that happens, you're just addicted for life.
Yeah, it makes it. Yeah, I agree.
I'm addicted, but
I played in one World Series event ever. I was like 22 or something. I took time off of work, all that, and I was it was one of those 1,500, like 6,000 people bought in. You know, very first hand, I got knocked out.
Looks like Justin raised Chubb's turn bet.
Straight, and it was heads up on the. I was in the big blind.
Got a flop.
And the guy.
All right, we are aware that the graphics just crashed on us. We are working on it. Let you know if we'll have them back up and running or not. Either way, we have a fun cash game running right now.
I'm on a chip, so I'm done.
All the way out to Vegas for one hand and
all the way out there.
It absolutely looks like Justin.
you play cash now,
That's
right?
why I play cash.
He's betting and Chubb makes the call.
It's actually not a bad one though. It's like at least that happened rather than.
That's probably a healthy thing to happen to you.
But I kind of wanted to play a little bit of poker.
Oh my God.
The reverse slow roll, the slow roll chop.
Fuck! I mean, come on. Why can't you just
Queen 9 versus Queen 9.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. He always has it against you.
Looks like they're back up and running, and we get to see this Queen 9, Queen 9.
I think he's playing you like a bit, actually. You think you are, but he's one step ahead.
It's free rolling. Only against you I've made hands. Everyone else has been a bluff.
Thanks. Keep doing that, please. Why can't you play Queen 8? I mean,
Right? One time.
You guys know
I wouldn't
Whitey?
throw if I
You know Whitey? Adam White?
No, that's fine. Even if you beat me by like queen
used to play
jack
it.
or something, like please.
Adam Whitey. He lives in DC.
It's good for the feed, bro.
He's had some good, some decent like
I'll get you back.
tournaments, but probably 15
I mean,
years
on
ago.
a chop. Like, I don't like slow rolling, to be honest.
We would play basketball. We used to play at a talking stick together.
Slow rolling
and
chop's
then
fine.
We would
Don't
go
throw
play
away in a big
basketball
pot.
and do all that kind of stuff.
That was a smaller.
I always slow roll
He's a good
chops.
tournament
It's like
player,
mandatory.
but real fun guy. He likes to drink and, you know, and he's good. He puts people in tough spots.
Invite him to the next game.
I know. I think he lives in DC. I haven't talked to him in years.
Oh, he doesn't live in Arizona?
No. He moved to DC years ago, but he'd be fun for it.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Sweet. Graphics are not back up. Apparently they were just down for a short time period.
Playing any
Should be good to go though.
this weekend?
No.
Oh, so
I actually don't like PLO tournaments.
Just because like you're at 10 big.
Oh, that hurts my heart when someone says they don't like PLO tournaments.
Yeah.
I'm a bit biased though.
Like you like that.
Just a little bit.
You've had some success in PLO tournaments in your day, have you?
Yeah, I've done okay.
Yeah.
I can't complain about PLO.
25K PLO this summer, right?
Maybe.
Cashed in a 25K PLO, I have a bracelet in PLO, I have a second place at the World Series in PLO, and I won a 10K PLO Poker Masters.
Wow.
I like Omaha. It's a good game.
PLO seems like your game.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I also like Hold'em though. Better at Hold'em somehow.
Funny how that works, right?
A little biscuit on the side.
And your main event is up there too.
My main event is up there too, so. Buy it now.
Looks like Shooter's Deuces is somehow the best hand.
$50 max.
Oh, I'm buying all that. It's on there?
Sold out in 5 days.
Yeah.
He is facing a bet from
No,
Blake.
he set a max for the main because I'm only selling 5%.
We want a bunch of people to like get a piece.
I'm buying all of it. Like,
You can't.
$50 max.
Tough spot with 3 people behind. How
yeah.
can you expect your deuces to be good and hold up?
Can't really expect your ace-4 to be good either.
Technically, you could.
Scooper.
And he just takes it down.
What's the odds you final table?
Blake with a king and an 8.
Minimum bluff.
King 8, 8s in general running hot.
Winning the pot with the worst hand.
technically, yes.
Yep, that was definitely a humble brag, not gonna lie.
I hope to do it.
I mean, when you run that hot, you got to break a little bit. Speaking of running hot, how was your first World Series of Poker?
My first World Series of Poker was above average, I would say. Not in PLO.
So what was your first cash?
My first cash in the World Series, I don't remember.
Wasn't it a second place?
That was one of my cashes.
Oh, I thought you went second place, first place, back to back.
No, there was a few things in between.
There's a couple things in between? Okay.
But they did come.
Yeah, that's an okay
Didn't
first
have a second
World Series.
and a first.
He's better than the field.
He's better than 90.
Here we go with pocket eights, the hand of the night.
Take that away.
Eights and queen 3.
We need to see an ace versus queen 3
Plus 5,000 is
in order to decide the true winner.
Yeah.
Shooting here with ace 9 on the button.
It is probably plus 5,000. It's still like, that's huge odds.
Currently, flip versus pocket 8s.
10,000 entrance field.
But for real, 90% of the field is
really slow structure. I mean, even
has no chance.
I know, but
that means that I can just bet on everybody.
Smaller pie.
Steven's going to call out of the big blind with this ace 7.
Hold anything.
Thank you.
Pocket 8's currently the best hand. 8s have just ran ridiculously hot tonight.
I don't know. Good line is probably like...
I don't believe in hot streaks or anything, but if I had pocket 8s on this stream, I would not be folding for sure.
Good line to buy, I think.
Let's see how Nate continues here.
He's
with his pair. He does put out a bet.
Can I get those two?
It's all the way around to Steven with ace high.
Will you bring me another 20,000 one of these? Oh, you can throw that out there. Right?
Yeah, probably even more. Sorry. In my head, I'm just like over that.
I thought he had a decision to make.
Nah, he'd already folded it in his mind. So something they were talking about is like how the main event is like, you know, 1,000 good players, 9,000 like players who are drawing down the field. I actually think the main event these days is a lot tougher than that. I think the main event these days is probably 2,000 to 3,000 players of like near professional ability. And I think it's like 500 of the best players on the planet as well. I think there's maybe only 2,000 or 3,000. I mean, it's still a lot of players, but I think it's like 2,000 to 3,000 players that are like purely recreational player. So it's not like the main event of the past. Like if you look at the final like 81 of the main event, it's like 65 professionals. If you look at the final 81 of the main event 7 years ago, it's like 20 professionals.
That's really interesting. And something else that's really interesting that you said was that
that'd be great.
It also has the very best players, not just people who could be professionals. But the very best players in the world that you have to go through.
I would have had no bad hand to do it.
And it's not just like the very best tournament players. You're also playing against some of the very best cash game players. And the main event plays like a deep stack cash game for the most part.
Absolutely. A very slow structure, much slower than most tournaments.
So I honestly think like,
like 30 grand.
you know, in the past you used to have like so many like okay cash game players that have big edges in the main. Like if you're winning 2-5 no limit player in Vegas, you should have a good edge in the main. I don't think that's true anymore. All right, back to this. Nate with an up-down straight draw. Steiner with top pair and Justin with top pair. Battle of 3 hands here.
Everyone's taking a break.
Steiner also going to call his top pair. And Nate going to call this up-down straight draw. Definitely an awkward spot for both top pairs here.
Absolutely. When you go to the flop 4 ways and you don't have a great kicker, but look at this turn card. Steiner feeling much better, and Nate also feeling
that flush
much
draw.
better.
Yeah. What a brutal flush draw if it comes in.
Justin still taking the betting into his hand, betting 1,000 into 2,500.
With United, it's 12.
Oh.
Yeah. I drink when I go out. I haven't had a beer by myself in so long.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was a stoner for years. And then once when I decided I want to be a pilot.
3 ways to the river, 5,500 in the middle.
Addictive of a personality I have. Like here I am playing.
Wow, what a run out there for Steiner to
get away
scoop it up first. Justin's queen 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
River Heart would have been truly brutal, but he's still going to take it down.
Get hot, and then
Absolutely, that would have been another flush over flush hand tonight.
Watch tracks my sleeve every time.
But luckily for Nate, that doesn't happen, and he loses the minimum.
There you go.
Oh, that would have been way more fun.
Oh my God, that would have been way.
4-7 suited is the nuts.
Set versus river straight. Nice. I lose everything at that.
Yeah. Made it back in time for the straw.
River this time?
We have some more family in the chat right now. Apparently Chubb's grandma and grandpa are all watching. So we've had two people's grandpas, one stop into the studio. We have one watching.
This is just a family game. This is the definition of a home game right here.
Just a casual 25, 50, 100 home game where people win and lose tens of thousands of dollars.
Next day.
I had a flush draw on the turn.
Like the hangovers are so miserable. Like I hate it.
To me, a home game is like playing 5 cent, 10 cent with friends back in Minnesota.
You know, that's a lot more friendly.
Yeah. You could lose like $30 if you have a bad night.
Unless you won $6 million in the main event last year.
Then you get to play this type of home game.
I still enjoy it though. I love a good beer.
Is it 400?
And like this weekend, of course.
Speaking of Chubb getting Queen 9 suited here in the straddle versus a limp and a raise to 500.
Whenever I raised, he just like.
Kind of surprising not to see him defend that. Usually those like hands that can flop straight flushes are usually just pretty good defend candidates.
Yeah, he'll pay for you.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially with the way that this game has been playing tonight and the hands that have been shown down. You'd think he'd be pretty comfortable defending.
I could see him just being a little bit more concerned because maybe Justin is just so creative and can put you in so many tough spots, and then Steven as well just also can apply pressure in so many ways.
Absolutely. I mean, look at this. He would have flopped second pair, but you see that fourth pair, an under pair to the board, ends up taking the pot.
Yeah. Then I have so much.
Steven with a great bet here.
Or in the morning sometime. But once when I start working, it'll be in the plane 6 to 8 hours a day on campus, 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Like didn't matter.
So this is really like my last 2 weeks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I straddle
on to the next,
Because you just won't have the time?
Yeah. Working like 50-hour weeks. I'll have weekends, but.
Do your parents ever watch you play when you're on streams or anything like that?
You know, I've only played on one live stream, and it was a very short-lived, so the opportunity hasn't been there, but I'd like to hope that they would when the time comes in the future.
Or if they came out and railed like a deep run or anything like that?
Haven't yet, but every year when I'm in the main, I say, just keep this period of time available.
Just so they can come out?
If I make it to the final table, you'll have to be here.
I mean, they should come out for like the final 3 tables. You know, most other tournaments, final 3 tables, and main event. I mean, that's a sweat. That's a real one.
Just have someone else.
I think I would get my parents to come out for like final 3 tables in the main.
I don't get any credit.
Yeah. How much do you make for the final 3 tables in the main event? Do you know?
27th is probably 250, 300.
I wanted to shove, but it was like a little.
Somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
We could ask Stephen Jones.
That's right.
He would know. Speaking of Steven, it looks like we have Steiner 3-betting here. The ace queen. Steven's going to call this ace 9 suited.
Right here.
Cut off first button. Heads up 3-bet pot. 2,800 in the middle. Steiner's ace queen still the best hand.
Not the most exciting board when you have ace queen here.
No, I'll earn them.
You will often see the 3-better continuing, however, on a 10-high board. We'll see what Steiner decides to do.
Looks like he c-bets 1,500 into 28.25.
I just like.
Oh my God!
Oh, he bet 1,000.
No,
I thought it was 3,500.
I had back doors.
What did you hit? Ace 10.
It's the best hand pre-flop.
You never know.
The best hand on the flop, and he wins.
It's always nice when poker works like that. For you.
You hear them cheering out there? Like, we did it! We bluffed out Jones.
No
See, the thing about poker is like so many people complain about, you know, oh, I had the best hand and I lost and yada yada.
The best hand.
But like if the best hand always wins, poker wouldn't be like this.
No, we wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah, definitely not.
Watch this back tomorrow, or
It's not a hand I'll care
An
about.
accountant from Tennessee wouldn't have won the main event and created a poker boom, and you know, poker wouldn't be as big as it is today.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we just have to remind ourselves that when we take it on the chin all the time.
If we had the net game on, I was raising.
But Steiner's running with the football too loose. We got to just put our foot down.
I didn't show. I could have just had pocket kings
had
there.
this hand Pocket kings were no good.
Pocket kings were way good.
That's crazy.
Justin raising under the gun +2 with the mystery hand. Nate's going to 3-bet the button to 900. And Blake is in the straddle with also with the mystery hand.
Seems like he has the decision here. Decides to lay it down. Oh. You'd have to imagine it was better than 9-8 offsuit.
I'm sure it was. Nate is the 3-better. Not a great hand, but pretty good spot to be in, heads up in position.
Okay.
It's like 2,000 in the middle, 9-8 with backdoor straight and flush draws.
You'd have to imagine after 3-betting a hand like this,
You're digging it, huh? It's fun.
he will be continuing.
Play poker, like just to, you know, hang out, be with the guys.
Bullshit a little bit, but it's fun on stream. And then even the next coolest thing is tomorrow you get to watch it back and go, that motherfucker bluffed me, or like, oh, I knew, what a great fold, or you know, you get to watch it back and it's like.
Everybody's real cool too.
Oh, it's a good group.
It's a good group.
We put together a good group.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm glad you came.
Yeah,
like
thanks for the invite.
I knew you would fit in nice.
Yeah.
Like
it's a good group, and
yeah,
you know, I like.
It's
I remember
fun.
trying to Nate invited me to the first one a month ago or whatever, and I was like, I just can't go up just like I gotta.
But this one was March Madness.
I gotta do the family thing. I gotta do that. Yeah, so aligned well.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, I gotta go pee.
All right, way to producer stop by. Anyways, Nate's gonna barrel $2,500 on this turn king of hearts, and Justin calls. Ace of hearts on the river.
What a run out here.
$9,000, your heads up. Nate, 3-bet pre-flop. He continuation bet the flop. He barreled the turn, and now it's Justin's action, and he checks to him. How are you feeling here as Nate?
If I'm Nate, I have a heart, an ace hit the river. I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm not sure what he's thinking here, but you have to imagine that he knows he has all the aces and the kings. You see him reaching for chips too.
7.
That's a pretty big bet.
About 75% pot, pretty close to it.
Now, what kind of hands is Nate representing here?
So what, he's representing aces, kings, ace king, ace 10.
Gets the
Drop
fold.
bluff one time.
Oh my.
Not a pair of fives I called you with the whole way.
I was hoping this would be a
Nice play. God damn it.
Justin said he had a pair of fives, so Justin probably had 5-6 suited,
Upset.
7 suited.
That's a really tough call on the turn.
You got me.
Total winnings tonight. Justin's plus $9,600 after that hand. Tyler up in second place, plus 8,000. Chuck currently throwing the biggest party, down about 7,600.
Like 5, 6
But with how this game is playing, a $10,000 win either side is pretty easy. So pretty even-ish all around. Justin, somehow not only is he our VPIP winner, but his VPIP before is 73%. He's upped that to 78%.
That is a really tough number to maintain.
That is absurd. That is a very, very high number, and he is the biggest winner still with that.
record low.
Blake bringing up the bottom with 22%, but he's been having a lot of tough spots. The few times he's had like pretty good hands, he's gone like raise and 3-bet and 4-bet. I'm there, he had pocket 10s out of the big blind, raise and a 3-bet.
You're gonna be invited to a lot of games after this, so that's good.
Justin definitely loves being in the mix. And now that we have a dealer change, we're doing a PLO double board bomb pot. We have a Queen 8-6 up top, Ace-7 deuce rainbow down below. graphics load in slowly on these spots as it's bringing in 8 Omaha hands plus 2 board textures. Ooh, Tyler with essentially the full wrap. Just missing the jack. If he had the flush draw to go with, that would be a ridiculous hand. Chup hitting the nuts up top.
Someone's scooping this.
He also has 2 pair.
If I get there.
And down below, he has the nut wrap, the full wrap all the way through. He hits a straight on a king, on a queen, on a jack, on a 9, and every single one of those straight outs are the nuts. That is a full wrap. On top of that, he has the king high flush draw to go with. And the king high flush draw, since there's a flush up top, is the nut flush draw down below. So he has a ridiculous hand. Unfortunately for him, he probably has too much of a hand to get paid, which he does.
Easy game.
1 bet and
chub.
6 folds. Always happy to scoop a bomb pot.
If someone down below had like a set 2 pair, he would have been able to get it in for a ridiculous amount. Someone had pocket aces, he would have been able to get it in for a ridiculous amount. I would have just been straight free rolling them or near free rolling them.
Yeah.
Wow.
But are we doing it the next dealer though?
That's why like these PLO bomb pots often end in chops, because it's so hard to have the nuts on both boards and have someone else have the second nuts or near nuts on both boards too. Or on any one board.
He gets back, we can start.
You're gonna go potty?
I'll go potty. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to the loo.
Do the same thing.
Have you played much PLO or PLO bomb pots?
You guys like women? Go together?
I played a few PLO bomb pots when I played poker in Texas for a very brief weekend at the lodge.
Under the gun, man.
That was my introduction, and that is the extent of my poker experience with them. So to answer your question, basically no.
So that means you're ready for the WSOP bracelet event this summer? A PLO bomb pot tournament, $1,500 buy-in?
I could simply not imagine how that tournament is going to run and function in terms of having to deal an event like that and count
The
pots.
dealing is going to be tough. That's going to be the hard part of it, but I'm going to love that tournament outside of the dealing. We have a very spicy hand here.
You guys got any?
We had a couple limps. Blake kicked it up out of the big blind to 800, and Justin is 3-betting the 6 deuce offsuit.
Is it nice? I haven't been to that one yet.
Blake's going to call this ace queen, so we are heads up in this 3-bet pot with about 4K in the middle.
That Riverview area.
Justin flopping a gutter ball.
You know, this is about as good of a board as you can hope when you 3-bet 6 deuce offsuit.
He has 43% against this ace high.
And they're loyal fans too.
Oh yeah.
Blake's ace high could be good. He also has that backdoor flush draw to go with.
That diamond is going to be really nice for Blake.
Lose their mind.
I'm not sure he's going to go anywhere just yet.
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah.
Oh, the deuce.
Is that deuce any good?
What a painful turn card for Blake.
Aces versus kings. Huh?
Blake doesn't know that a 4 would be very bad news for him. Luckily, it does not come.
Unfortunately for Blake, not only does it not come in, but the board pairs.
Oh, it's the Cubs. Oh,
Justin's deuce is just good.
I thought the Bellagio. Oh yeah.
Blake has no reason to bluff this. Justin has no reason to bet this either.
Yeah, for Blake, a lot of times you can just think that your hand is good. Unfortunately for him, he's going to see the deuce.
That's so painful.
Check crazy, dude.
Oh my God. Look at that fucking doozy.
Another painful one for Blake.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
The best hand pre-flop by far.
For you to go.
No,
And he gets sucked out on.
If you jam like all in, no, dude. If you like bet 1,000.
How good are you running it? You just fucking can't lose a hand right now.
Check raise deuce.
I'm so bad.
Under the gun limp. 4-bet.
Just trial, Justin.
That's awesome.
Justin loves to battle.
I was terrified.
7 deuces.
But then he bet small. I was like, all right.
6 deuce.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Stand-up game was not running.
Bad.
I thought you were stealing.
There was no reason to do that other than
He just wants to get in there, and he's just a bare-knuckle boxer just going for it.
Yeah.
And he's killing it. He's the big winner of the night by a decent margin.
Right.
Oh man, I didn't know you could see everyone's cards through these. No wonder why you're winning. Me? Oh my god. Aces? Oh my god, let's do it.
It's like Chup kicks it up with the 9-8. Tyler calls out of the button.
80.
Shooter calling out of the big line with ace-queen off, and Justin defending that straddle.
If you notice, Chup did fold queen-9 suited earlier in the big blind, but he's raising up the 9-8 offsuit. Pretty unpredictable, difficult to play against.
It looks like he just prefers to apply pressure on his opponents. So if it's like a marginal spot where he can apply pressure, he's taking it. It's a marginal spot where he's calling, he'd rather just pass on
Justin just limp raised me with 6 deuce under the gun, so I think he thought it was on.
Also, 8s are hot. I mean, look at this. He has 9-8, he flops an 8. It's the best hand, he wins. 8s.
Oh my god.
How could you not play an 8?
Red. The tilt is starting. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna flip this table. 6 deuce?
I don't know what to do.
So stand-up's on, right?
Blake reliving the trauma from his ace-queen being cracked by 6 deuce of Justin.
And then you guys start right afterwards?
Yeah, it's pretty painful in those spots.
I wonder if that would like decrease my odds to win.
It's like you call to keep in all of Justin's bluffs, and then you get sucked down because you kept in all of his bluffs.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of like feel as though you want to do that, but you also feel as though you want to push the aggression, and it's like trying to find that balance between doing that.
It's really crazy, like every single time.
That's why playing versus players like that can just be very difficult, because it can be pretty hard to put them on like ranges. I know a lot of people have like, you know, it just can be very tough to navigate that. Looks like Tyler's pocket 7 is currently the best hand, but hard for him to know that in this 4-way pot. 1200 in the middle. He did raise pre-flop, and he is going to continuation bet 500 into that $1,200 pot.
This is a great bet by Tyler. As the pre-flop aggressor, getting all these worse hands to call him.
Yeah, when you get called in 2 spots, though, you do not feel good about it, unless you turn a set. Feel pretty good about that.
That's exactly right. I'm not sure either other player has enough to continue with after this.
Yeah, you have to hope here that shooter Justin either A, somehow drilled it, or B, have devious intentions. Justin not liking to fold.
Not going anywhere. The river being a heart. Let's see what Tyler elects to do here. I would imagine another bet is coming.
Yeah, especially against someone like Justin who plays a lot of hands. So the likelihood Justin has like a spicy 2-pair or something goes up a lot.
That's a great point. He could easily have jack deuce. As you see, he has 5 deuce.
Or jack 6 suited, or ace 6, or ace 10, or... So the hard part is if you get raised.
I really like this bet from Tyler. He can get called by plenty of worse hands. Justin does make the correct laydown, though.
Good fold there by Justin.
Miss clubs.
No. Oh, what a turn!
That was a head.
Looks like Chapman here really has a huge family rail. Not only is his mom and dad here, also his grandparents and his brothers. He's got the whole family rooting for him.
Beautiful clubs, like, you know.
But take the glasses off, Justin. You can't win with those things on.
Yeah, pocket 7.
No way.
Turn to 7.
I want to be cool one time.
He 7. He hit a set. Oh, Tyler's running good.
So he runs so good.
On stream, he runs.
I caught him with deuce 5, right?
It makes it look so effortless, you know? Just
every time.
I think it was in a 5.
Bad.
I'm gonna buy next time he sells. I'm faking. I'll get a piece of that. His win ratio is 100% right now.
So apparently this is Tyler's 4th stream on here. Every single time he's sold on his site, Stake Kings, and he's won in every single game.
Wow.
Assuming he wins tonight, which right now he's up, I think he's up like
but I don't know how am I gonna get money
12K.
there. It's like I'm on a flight.
He would be 4 for 4.
What a track record that is, and what a great spot if you are an investor on Stake Kings, making money watching your horse battle it out.
No, bringing cash.
That is stakekings.com. I was actually one of the first handful of members on there. I think I was in the first 2,000. I've sold action on there a long time. I know you've sold action on there. I think they've been great to work with. Tyler's a wonderful guy. Cannot recommend the site enough. As a buyer and as a seller, really good both sides of the aisle.
My team and wait for you
Absolutely.
at the airport. Follow your car.
Heading to this flop here, we see that Chup has the best hand with a pair of sixes.
Or I'll drive. They're ruining my
He's
business.
got a lot of family love behind him too. See if we can take it down here.
Impaired. Well, I thought about driving. Maybe I'll drive. I don't know. Like. But then I'd have to leave my car.
Action is on Steven.
You know you're in the hand.
With just 10 high.
He is just dozing. He was off. His mind was not on his hand at all. Steiner though, kicking it up with the Queen Jack.
And what a gross spot for these sixes.
Now you got the lucky
How are you feeling here if you're a Chup?
I am disgusted because not only are you getting raised, but you're getting raised from Steiner. And Steiner has not really ran many bluffs. He's been like pretty careful with how he plays.
That's why I really like this play by him. He has a club he could represent. If a club comes,
he blocks some of the strongest hands Chup can have.
Absolutely.
And he takes it down. What a great bluff there by Steiner.
Gets the best hand to fold.
And he really can't fault Chup there for folding at all. I mean, I would fold there too. I probably wouldn't have thought about it that much. Even with the stand-up game, I would have folded as well.
He wanted to show so bad.
I didn't want to do it.
All right, so stand-up game is back on, which also means their straddle is back on. So once again, we're playing $25.50, $50 big blind ante, $100 straddle, and the stand-up game. So stand-up game, as a reminder for everyone, your goal is to win pots. If you win a pot, you get a red button. Shows that you've won a pot. The last person to collect a red button. So if you don't collect one, you owe $1,400. Nate lost the last one, correct?
I believe so.
Right. So if he loses this one, he actually owes a penalty. So Nate would owe $2,800. Everyone else owes $1,400 if you lose the stand-up game. So that is a big penalty to try to avoid. Honestly, I think it's the best invention for cash games ever outside of the ante.
Absolutely. It's implemented in every live cash game stream that you see, and I think that's just a testament to how good it is as creating action and an entertaining game.
Looks like Nate has mid-pair and a gutter ball to the nuts, and Justin has his top pair.
Yeah, we'll take the air blowing, yeah.
We want it
right? It's hot in here.
Yeah.
It feels good, I feel
air flow would be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 5.
On you again, Steve.
God, I'm holding in my head every time because I just never have it. Yeah. Just like so far off. Like, you're not used
Heads up to the turn here.
right? You know, it's like
Justin's hand is still the best hand. Top pair.
And so far, we've seen these like top pair low kickers have been turned checkbacks every time, except Justin has been just pushing this good equity that he's confident he has. Ooh, that's a painful river card.
It's a very dirty river after Justin gets the money in.
God damn, you rivered me.
They're killing you? Luck box.
Wow, good check.
Great check back by Justin on the river.
Absolutely drilling it. I'm kind of surprised that Nate did not consider leading the river.
I agree. Maybe he thinks that Justin just has so many hands in his range. Maybe he has some random queen 3, queen deuce, or
just
any
like jack
bluffs.
high, yeah.
Exactly, any bluffs that he will just continue with.
So I would bet if his opponent's pretty tight, he leads. If his opponent is like Justin, who just battles, then he just checks and hopes he finds a bluff.
I think that's a good strategy.
Yep.
All right, those glasses are way more tilting.
Good.
Oh, nice.
Keep them on.
I gotta put
Bumblebee.
put my glasses on.
Tonight's game really has been a lot of action. It's been very talkative. It's been a lot of fun. I wish all cash games played like this.
Absolutely. When everyone knows each other, it makes it a lot easier for them to just flow throughout the night and have a good time regardless of results.
Feels as though if I say like would go to, I don't know, something like Bellagio or something and play 2-5 no limit, it would just be like headphones and quiet and everyone playing tight, and does not sound fun to me. This, oh yeah. Speaking of fun, it looks like we only know Justin's cards, and this is a 3-bet pot, but Justin is going to keep pushing that aggression. Curious to see how he's going to continue pushing this, if he's gonna like use it as a triple, if he's gonna follow through.
Absolutely. Justin was the pre-flop aggressor. He is the only one that has hands like ace, king, and aces in his range, so he could really leverage that.
He's going to be heads up to the turn against Steiner. 5,200 in the middle. Turn bringing a backdoor flush draw.
So we don't know Steiner's cards, but we could think about it as if we were Justin. He probably has some pairs below an ace, bigger than a 5. He has some aces also.
And it looks like that's why we're going to bet $3,000 into this 5K pot.
Exactly. We start making some hands like ace-10, ace-jack even start to become uncomfortable.
And also it's important to note that while Justin has been very loose, I think that's one of his first 3-bets outside of that 6 deuce. He had that limp 3-bet. I think this is like his first like cold 3-bet.
I knew I was going to get shown the bluff.
He's going to finish this.
That's a good point.
These are much better than
It's very controlled aggression.
Yeah, outside of like that, he has like these random moments, but they're pretty rare in terms of like his pre-flop aggression. Most of him playing loose has been like pre-flop calls or flop calls, and then he applies pressure on turns and rivers. So when he puts pressure on pre-flop, I'm way more likely to just think he has a strong hand, especially when he follows through on that aggression.
Figured I was good.
Good aim, good aim.
That's why I think he's been like very tough to play versus tonight, and why he's been winning a lot of pots in many different ways.
We didn't? Well, we only played together once.
I know, but we missed out.
And I think you had like 11%.
Like Blake's gonna kick up this ace-king suited, getting 2 callers so far. 3 callers pocket 5s, which I don't know if you know this, but pocket 5s is Nikki's favorite hand.
You guys know Paul?
Oh wow, I did not know that. What is your favorite hand?
Aces.
Couple cocktails.
My second favorite hand?
Yeah.
Kings.
It's fun.
I like the way you think. I like the way you think.
I'm a simple man. Nate 3-betting the Jack 10 suited to 1,800. I love this type of 3-bet hand.
5 out of 6 hands.
However, unlucky for him, ace-king suited for Blake.
He had like 20K, you know.
36. So they weren't blind all in?
No, they were.
Blake's going to 2x click it essentially to 3,600.
I think we invited him.
As Nate, that's kind of an awkward spot now with that Jack 10 suited. You're getting really good odds on a call. You have this hand that can flop a royal flush.
Christian had jacks.
Unfortunately, he is out of position.
Right.
And they ran it twice. And they ran it twice, and then
And he's often facing much stronger hands from this range from Blake.
Something else to think about as well, stand-up game is also live, and Nate really needs to win it.
I gotta keep the naked kitty. You get all the rest.
That's a weird one to keep.
Yeah, what a pervert. Hypoallergenic.
And Nate doesn't have a stand-up chip yet, and it's he pays a double penalty.
That makes this spot even more difficult for Nate. Complex on many levels, not just the poker strategy itself.
And also, while we've seen Blake play pretty tight tonight, it sounds like he mentioned a hand before we were stuck in 1,000 big blinds with ace jack off. So they can battle. Oh, you got to feel for Blake.
Absolutely. Best hand pre-flop once again out-flopped.
He has less than a pot-sized bet. His 2 overcards. His ace-king could just be the best hand.
This is a really tough spot if you're Blake. as the 4-better, you have all the hands like aces and kings. He's going to keep telling that story too.
And he only has 4,500 back. I think that's accurate too. He has, yeah, he might have a little more back. He might have like, oh, he won one of the flips and it didn't get counted. So I think he has 7,000 back.
Nate puts the rest in.
So you're 1, 2, 3, 5, 6,000 back. Yeah.
And he makes a good fold.
Oh my God, I thought you had the, or you didn't have a button yet.
We don't even, you have to wait till tomorrow to see it.
Jesus.
When I was
Oh, he did have a button. The logo was blocking it. That's brutal there for Blake.
15-3.
Can't beat you, Nathan. You're the best in the world.
Yeah, you get lucky, you know?
What an unfortunate spot for Blake.
Blake has pretty consistently just kept putting in chips with the best hand and then just getting out flopped and getting out flopped and getting out turned and getting out flopped.
Pocket 8s were good.
Couple kings, maybe?
Actually, pretty weekend. How do I fold? Min raises.
That is definitely one of the big downsides of poker.
That's a weird one.
And yet, here we are.
Hopefully that doesn't affect Blake too much and he can bounce back. As a poker player, you expect some amount of bad beats. So.
Yeah, definitely. It does sound like that he's been doing some stuff on the side. He said that he recently got into flying planes. He's only been flying for a year and a half, and he's already a flight instructor, and he's trying to become a pilot.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's very hard to do, and to do it over in that time period is incredibly impressive.
Against kings, you gotta have jack 10.
Oh, sure. And like,
looks like Blake added on
ace king and king queen and stuff like that, so I can be
the
live,
10K.
You know?
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In this multi-way pot, he does have the best hand, although he is being bet into by Shooter, who was the pre-flop aggressor. And he takes matters into his own hands.
Yeah, I mean, your pocket fours can be the best hand. You can just rep a 7.
I mean, look at that. He got ace-jack to snap call.
He called by worse hands. I wonder if he's going to read anything into that timing. I feel as though that when people call that fast, that they have like these weakish showdown hands.
I agree with that. Shooter betting about 1/3 pot. Once checked to. Not too big of a bet if Blake does want to continue, although he has to be worried about the aggression on the river if he doesn't improve to a 4.
I wonder if he's thinking about calling, folding, or raising, or if just about calling or folding. Looks like it was just calling or
the
folding.
double check raise would have been
real savage.
That was good.
Sneaky little spot.
He's good?
No.
Oh. So it's me, Steven, and Blake.
Hey,
All right, boys, it's time for me to juice up the game a little
I
bit.
lost the first one today.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Blake's still looking for that button, I believe.
Yeah, Blake does not have one currently.
I lost.
I think everyone but Steven and Blake have one.
I don't remember.
Oh, fuck, you can double.
I think the first section.
I'll do the triples necessarily. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it.
Nice.
All right, we have straddle, we have a double straddle, and then we have a triple straddle.
Make it 3?
Yeah, yeah. 300.
I don't think so.
There wasn't enough action.
It's double for a straddle.
Here we go.
Yeah, we have a triple straddle on.
Depends on like Christina.
One, we're playing 50, 100, or 25, 50, 100, 200, 400.
It's gonna work out.
What does adding the straddle change about your strategy?
I mean, with a $400 big blind ante, this 12-850, you're essentially just playing a 25 big blind stack. Because there's the same in there as if you're playing 300-600 blinds-ish.
Right. You just really are so happy to win the money in the middle.
So Chup kicking up on the button with this ace-deuce suited, which is a powerful hand here. Justin gonna call out of the first straddle, Queen 6 offsuit.
Put your hand in the box.
Put your hand over here.
Oh, he doesn't have to? If you don't want to.
I don't know. Wait a minute, I'm doing something.
Going blind.
And Steven's in defense, stone blind.
Making the audience sweat. I'm making the audience sweat a little bit.
Chup here with the best hand.
I don't want him to have a clue I have aces. Oh my god, flop.
Oh. Top pair versus Steven Jones, second pair.
Upset.
I might.
Look how much money is in this pot already in just a single raise pre-flop. $4,400. Chup continues with his top pair. Nice
Probably
bet
like
here.
Cards, right?
About 1/3 size of the
I
pot.
have a pair, I'm gonna call it, right?
Nate, do you always go to the Nugs game when they come to Phoenix?
With 12.
Yeah.
Bad B.
This will be the we end up playing the Suns the first
I can't imagine Steven will be letting go of second pair this easily.
Especially versus a button open. I mean, it's not a normal button because there's, you know, 4 blinds behind, whatever.
I'm mostly Nuggets fan.
Oh, he just jams?
Jams. He's looking for that stand-up
I lived in
button
Denver when
and putting Chup in such a gross spot.
It's definitely a GG moment.
One stretch. Then we got our ass kicked by Seattle.
It's always a great game. Let's see if Chup can find a great call.
Do it again.
I mean, you are just hating life.
Or was it the other way? They
Chup
went
spot.
They went 2 out of 3 years.
So Chup is definitely thinking about what better hands does Steven have here. Which, I mean, I guess he could have ace jack, he'd have ace 9, he could have jack 9, he could have pocket 9s, pocket jacks, pocket aces.
And they went
ace 10 maybe? Do you think he's jamming ace 8? I don't think he's jamming ace 8. So it's like ace 10 plus, right?
Yeah.
And then his bluffs are like, I guess, apparently a jack.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't expect him to have that. But like what, 8, 10, queen 10?
Good start.
Yeah. Playing against Steven is just so difficult, as we've seen tonight. Chup knows that as well, so that's definitely going into his decision.
Yeah, when Steven defends blind, it gives him a lot more value hands, but I mean, you have top pair, Steven's kind of unpredictable.
Could this be the biggest pot of the night?
If he finds a call, it would be.
All my life. Get referred to you, or
Yeah, referrals, and I work with a bunch of the wholesalers and the lenders and whatnot.
you deal with some hard money people at all?
I know a lot of hard money guys.
Yeah.
I think it's like I used to be dead, or I'm actually like way ahead.
When you're licensed, are you only licensed in like one state, like Arizona?
Yeah.
You'd have to take another test to be like, yeah, in another state.
Sorry, give me a second, guys.
Take your time, man. Figure it out. Figure it out, and then make the wrong decision.
Some great advice.
It's 50-50. It's 50-50.
Yeah, so you win or lose, right?
Yeah. Any other math is obsolete. It's 50-50.
Put it that way. I want to call everything.
You all right?
Win or lose.
It'll be queen turn, 10 So I'm just dead against any ace. I'm crazy. Fucking have an ace myself.
You have the ace 3 of hearts?
I have ace 2 of hearts.
Almost close.
Steven puts one in his exact hand.
That's not the first time.
No, he's been like nailing it.
Go back, go back.
Not PLO.
I don't think you would just check rip like ace 5 plus. Like ace 9, jack 9. Sorry. Fucking crazy.
This is definitely the GG moment. For sure, for sure.
He is right. GG moment. It really is a great game.
The GG. GG all in. GG moment. GG all in.
Steven knows poker is a great game.
So much out there. Fuck.
You just have to feel for him at this point. Betting top pair with the $400 straddle added into this mix. You just don't expect to get jammed on like this.
Especially by a jack.
I'll tell you what, I fucking hate it. Oh, okay. Oh, you have ace 4? Jack 4. Fuck.
Robbie!
That is just so disgusting.
Oh my god, I get there.
Wow.
But you drilled it too? I think you would have drilled it. I think you said, oh, I would have got there.
So, like,
I'm not sure if he was joking or not.
Either, did you?
No, I called
But-
blind.
They both called you blind.
I have a reason. I have a couple reasons why I did that.
I wanted the audience to sweat it too. I was like, go ahead, sweat it.
He didn't put it in the box.
I got a pair
They
on the
both called
river.
1,400 blind.
What a gross spot.
No.
And then he has shown the bluff. What a nice
Yeah. What a
That's
rough
Stephen
time.
Jones.
But I did. I traveled for 400,
Flat hit it.
and then I looked before I called.
So the game often does have time chips, but that is the first hand we've had play where someone had more than 45 seconds. Okay, so these are our winnings tonight. Nate currently the big winner, plus 10.5. Tyler also up there, plus 10.5.
I needed this.
Steven up 5K, Justin up 5K. Blake currently throwing the party, down 16,000. Chup also down 10K after that big pot.
This is the hand.
It's like any.
Looks like Justin somehow increases VPIP again. He's at 80%. 8-0.
That is absolutely unreal. Almost double
And Blake's
that of Steven's second.
His VPIP is higher than Steven and Shooter combined, and it's almost as high. Oh, it's higher than Blake, Tyler, and Nate combined. It is higher than all three of those players combined.
That is legendary status there from Justin.
Currently, the biggest ship count. Nate currently our big winner, also our big stack at 40,000.
All right.
Probably be up a lot if I didn't call every fucking hand.
If there's one person I'd like to be at this poker table, it's definitely Justin.
Stacked up on.
Having a great time playing every hand
And
and
he's
winning.
up money, yeah.
I call. I should have called. That also was going through my brain. Was like, he's not going to give up.
I was scared.
I know.
Me too. That's why I just went crazy.
I just noticed he didn't have it. I was like, oh my god, why isn't he snapping me off?
PLO bomb pot double board. We are back once again.
Dynamic, yeah.
Oh,
I should have
quads
thought about
again.
that way and not done it. but-
Hide your hand.
Blake will be getting
With an up, down, straight flush draw.
Only have three.
Oh my. Oh.
wow, at least half of the
I forgot
pot.
about that dynamic. He could have definitely found the call because
I didn't say that. I was like, oh my god, you don't even have a button.
Couple players with two pairs. No one else with sets down below. No one with flush draws down below.
This didn't play anything in your mind, right?
Oh, Steiner actually has three pairs down below.
Like,
Is a jack, a 5, and a deuce.
You see his equity there, 12%.
Yeah, I know it was weird. I had to do.
Oh, Tyler has aces with the queen high flush draw down below.
I don't know.
If we see an ace of spades, that could just be a ridiculous pot.
He said he had ace. He said he had ace.
We'll find out later, right?
Yeah, I just thought.
We'd love to see aces in PLO,
in your range.
Yeah.
but in
It was two blind hands,
this
so, like, you have
bomb
everything.
pot,
I didn't even.
you're not too excited, right, Ryan?
Yeah, you're not too thrilled unless you have the nuts. If you have a set, something.
Justin was blind, but it's like.
You knew he was going to be play blind, and then you knew I straddled.
Ace of spades on either board results in Tyler getting completely scooped.
For sure.
The turn deuce is kind of rough for Tyler because it gives him enough equity to want to call versus most bets, and there's a lot of really bad rivers for him. So it looks like Blake bets 1,300, 1,200, and calls. Pot size on the river is 4K.
The multiple of
Fading some aces.
There was an X involved.
There was definitely an X.
Let's see if Blake can take down this pot by potting the river. And Tyler's going to have a really tough decision.
Oh my, Blake.
How big did he go? 3,800, so pot size bet.
So bad at this game. No idea.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is just a tough spot for Tyler.
I'm not sure what I'm
So, like, not only is it easy for Blake to have a 9, it's also pretty easy for Blake to have a deuce.
Adding on 5K.
taking up
Right,
five.
so you're not sure about either board.
Yeah, it's also pretty easy for Blake to have 9 and a deuce. It's also pretty easy for Blake to just have a 9 and pocket 5s or pocket jacks or...
Like 30-some thousand.
I don't know.
Yeah,
King
like
9.
33,000 at one point.
Would you 9, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't blame him the folding.
Oh my
Godzilla.
God.
Fucking huge.
I had
Oh, wow.
He does show it.
But nothing on the bottom, but
Yeah.
Open-ended straight flush.
What a chop.
He had 4 high down below because he... Oh, I know he had pocket 9s down below.
I don't know. Oh, I didn't even
9s and deuces with the king.
Yeah, 9s and deuces with the king.
Open-ended straight flush draw.
And did it hit?
No,
it did not. I missed Brick City.
Brick City.
Happy to just.
I thought you were bluffing it again. It's a double board. I was like, not again. Like, not
That game
again.
is
I am on tilt.
double board, bomb pot, PLO.
I think the button stays.
The button stays.
So it should go back there.
Yeah, the button
I was
doesn't
first
move.
backed.
I just noticed we don't have time chips anymore. Yeah.
Well,
which is fine.
I think it's because we started so
No one's like egregiously
late.
tanking, so.
Yeah.
But it's because
not
like
necessary.
we started late and like we're scrambling.
Is that why?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I would guess, but I don't know.
Okay, so we have 1 hour left in tonight's game. So we're going to get 2 more dealer changes. That means 2 more PLO double board bomb pops.
Yeah. We're not gonna. Like no one's gonna.
The stand-up game is currently running. It's a $1,400 penalty if you lose.
And then he flipped it in, right?
And then he folded. He folded.
No, he
had
didn't he?
No, he folded.
he didn't.
He made the
straight.
correct fold. He had the dummy straight versus the guy with the nut straight.
Yeah.
But it was like
That's the spot. But it was like an all-in call.
it was an all-in and a call.
And he had the third nut straight.
Yeah, he made the right choice, but it took him literally over 20 minutes.
Pretty well. Like
To where
4, 7,
to where
7,
Doug-
8 were bigger straights.
Doug Polk had to come in the room and go, guys,
Yeah.
it's we're about to catch up to the live stream, so you're gonna have to make a decision in the next like
I don't know how to play this.
1 minute.
Is that what was gonna happen?
Yes, he said we're gonna catch up on the stream.
That's never happened.
No, that's never happened.
I was just trying to get my name out.
Justin there just picks up ace king but gets no action.
Oh, that's painful.
Or poke in the room and say like,
Painful when you're raising it up with the 6 deuce offsuit at times.
you lose that integrity.
You expect it to get played back at.
Yeah. So Doug had to come in and like count his hand down. Like, guys, I don't know what to do here,
I'm new to
but
poker.
we're about to catch up to live.
That's the way to play it. That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty much always in favor of some type of clock in stream games.
That's the best hand I've had
And
all day.
Bally runs a clock, I would say 95% of the time. So just because these guys, they didn't want to have a clock in this game, this is kind of like their fun game. And they've been playing pretty fast. Like if we had a lot of slower hands, we would have been like, hey guys, we're gonna make you play with the clock. But since they've been playing, quick the entire time, that was the first slow pot that we've had the entire night. So
Absolutely, I have to agree with you. This group has been
You can bring
very
another,
quick, very
a couple
active,
sugar-free
no
Red Bulls for
tanking.
me. And like a cold
I mean, we've had
water
multiple $10,000 plus pots, and we've had 1 tank over a minute.
bottle. You want regular or sugar-free?
Can I get
Regular.
Bombay tonic with a lime?
Like even there, like Tyler could have taken, he could have taken a lot longer and still folded pretty quickly. A really tough, awkward spot.
And a regular Red Bull for him down there, please.
Steven kicking it up with the Queen 10 offsuit. Definitely a I need a time chip type spot. I think he's 3-handed in it. Shooter needs a button. Steven needs a button. I think Blake needs one too. So, yep, 3-handed in it.
We hear Justin saying, why do I have to do it?
Yeah.
Why does he have to be the one left with Steven to defend?
He does have the best hand. King 7's currently good.
Garbage. All right. I'm an it.
He gives it up.
You got me.
All right, Steven.
Justin's a nit.
What a great raise. And he
What?
didn't
Oh, he already had a
have
button.
his button.
Oh, he did have a button already. Oh, because of that Jack 4 hand.
That's
Right.
right.
I'll take my hand over
He
here.
got King 10 suited to fold with
Yeah.
that raise. So great raise by Steven.
So it looks like, sorry, so Blake needs one. Does Tyler need one? Yeah, no, Tyler has one. So it's heads up between Blake and Chup.
All right, now you can do it again.
I don't think Chup has one. I think it's heads up between Blake and Chup.
I can't do it to you. It's different, right?
I'm hoping the next time the stream is back up, once we're running again here, that we can get like a stand-up button thing next to players' names.
Absolutely, in the graphics, that would help a lot. Keep everyone on track with the game. We see Blake battling for that button. But Steven picks up a premium hand after showing the Queen 10 bluff right before.
It's definitely a raise. Never gonna work. Definitely a raise here. How crazy do I want to get? Clock.
So Blake's gonna raise. Looks like we have a Justin with the 6 deuce. It just has to be his favorite hand. That makes sense.
I think I've ever folded that.
All right, Steven's gonna 3-bet 2,400 with ace king. Blake needs the button.
Just now.
Is in position. Queen jack suited. Steven's been very aggressive.
I love Queen Jack suited.
Doesn't feel like a fold.
Oh my god.
Blake puts it in. I like this call. He doesn't have to raise or do anything crazy. He can keep in Justin's worse hands just like this.
Either pick the right
or if he had a worse queen or jack.
All right, he does fold. Heads up in this 4-bet pot between ace king and queen jack suited. Classic battle. Oh, saw that 4 diamonds, thought we were going to be getting an all-in for Blake.
2 cards. Yeah. Have you looked at the flop yet?
Unfortunately for Blake, he doesn't have too much to work with.
Yeah. He's just had a rough night tonight.
I haven't looked yet. I don't believe you either. Yeah, wrong. You didn't look, yeah, right?
No, I did look. I lied.
Steven checking the ace king, and Blake's going to take a free card. He did have the option of betting. He does have to know that his opponent is very capable of check raising there.
Check.
What are you doing now if you're in Blake's shoes?
I don't know, honestly.
This is a really tough spot.
It feels like a good bluff, but you're up against someone who hates to fold and who loves to apply pressure in lots of different ways. So it's always scary bluffing these types of hands because you kind of just want to like see a free river.
I have to agree with you. The pressure of the button just looming over Blake.
Yeah, when it's heads up between him and Chup, it makes it so much tougher. What a rough river card.
I don't see a way for Blake to win this one.
No. If Blake bets, it's just a matter of how much he loses. Looks like Steven's considering leading. I don't think he acted yet.
He has played this hand as if he does have a hand, like ace high.
Yeah.
Ace king.
I didn't know what to do there.
Blake, it's just me and you without buttons, right?
Yeah.
Steven takes down another one.
I think if he checks, I don't see Blake bluffing there.
The whole way. Yeah, you will.
I'm trying to do 6 to you again.
But that does make it a little easier when that river comes.
He didn't have
the ace jack
like a
suited.
4.
You did?
And as you've seen, Stephen Jones, every time someone has some type of hand, he's been just correct about what they have. He's been like putting people on exact spots. He's just been like
He did make it an awful
really
lot.
aware of what his range looks like, what he thinks other people's has.
I never folded.
You know, when you have those types of instincts and you run a little hot on top of it, that's how you do really, really well in poker.
Absolutely. He is dialed in. No doubt about that.
Betting on 4,000.
Oh.
raise and a few callers. Nate in the big blind looking down at a premium hand.
Yeah, Nate's just thinking about how much to make this. These like juicer spots are just so wonderful when no one has you destroyed.
Absolutely, it looks like you're just squeezing out the dead money.
27.
This time we see that he does have.
Get to squeeze out a nice big pot here.
What do you think of that raise size? 2,700.
I mean, you're out of position, you're really deep, so I would go essentially 5x plus each caller, so 9x.
I'm gonna get you one of these times.
I think it's pretty good.
This time.
And it's gonna hurt.
It'll be this time, maybe.
So he made it the exact size I would have.
Maybe.
Depends on how desperate I am. All right.
Mr. Squeeze down here. He always has it though.
Trying to learn from you, you know?
Yeah.
Show the bluff.
Come on, 7 deuce, one time.
I would love to show a bluff there, but what's the bluff? Nice.
All right. Justin, you get your glasses. I'm gonna get my glasses on. You can't read me.
I'm gonna poke you in your eyes.
Let's go.
Nice.
I feel like a fly, like.
Yeah. Nobody tell him we can see his eyes.
It doesn't look like that though.
Can't see it.
And inside is
Dina over here.
It actually is.
feel like a fly.
Oh, that's interesting. I think my brain works differently when I wear this. Is it good or bad?
Try to turn everything.
I don't know how
cards.
easy those are to see out of. I can imagine somewhat tough.
From this side, it looks almost impossible.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised that he's kept them on for this long.
I feel like fine.
Blake kicking it up with the 7-8 suited. He is still in hunt of the stand-up button. He and Chup are heads up, so
We can't do it two
this
hands
gets
in a row. Nate?
really expensive really quickly when you're trying to win these.
Mine was too good this time.
Chup is going to call out the big blind pocket fours.
Once per.
Bunch of real hands here.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
These are like the strongest set of hands we've seen in a while in terms of like everyone
Be
playing.
deadly one day, in like 5 years.
You're playing good today, man. You're already deadly.
What are you talking about? I'm just getting lucky.
Oh, you had some really
Action
bluff
flop
cards.
here.
For Tyler and for
I
Steiner.
tried one. I lost like 4 grand.
Can't win them all.
Fortunately for Blake, he flops enough equity to want to bet this, but he is in rough shape.
Fortunately for him, Chup is not going to take this one down either. But how will the rest of the players proceed?
Yeah, with Tyler here, I mean, this top pair, second kicker, I mean, to me it feels strong enough to raise with. I probably would have kicked it up, kick out all these like weird equity hands.
Now I think he feels really good.
Oh yeah, he's just counting how much money he's gonna make. Fortunately for him, I think the only way he really gets, I don't see how he's gonna get paid on a big pot really.
I agree. I like that he checked.
Oh, this is out.
Wow.
Oh, pretty bad timing for Blake.
Really unfortunate. It is possible he has the best hand, but 4 ways, it's really tough.
Yeah.
A button yet?
No.
I think he's like maybe turning it kind of into a bluff, trying to get like a 9s to fold, trying to get like he just got a 10 high flush draw to fold. So he's like trying to get some equity
Tyler,
denial.
Right?
That's a good point.
Trying to protect you. Chup's on Team Tyler.
Unfortunate for Blake.
Yeah.
God bless it.
Wow.
Oh my God, I saved so much money there.
He does get bailed out.
I was like loving that river too.
I had club draw.
They chop.
At 3-5, I'll
I was
save.
like, oh,
Good
yeah,
instinct not to take it one step
I say so.
further.
You're welcome.
You could just see the pain on his face.
He's just had like every spot that he's had that's been kind of close, he's found a way to misstep or he's just gotten sucked out on.
Absolutely.
Like,
Rough spot for him, just losing more and more, trying to get this button
Sticking with the
in the stand-up game. He still heads up with Chup.
Yeah. I would bet if there wasn't the stand-up game going, he just like might not even bet flop. He definitely doesn't bet turn.
I agree.
The stand-up game can cause a lot of chaos and a lot of pain, and that's why it's a lot of fun and also brutal.
God, you run so good, Tyler.
I do. Not gonna lie.
I wasn't bluffing any rivers.
You what?
I wasn't gonna bluff any rivers. Okay.
Thought you'd maybe bluff just to get that button, but
it was a weird like merge bet on the turn with an 8.
This is where I like look at my hand and I get stacked or stacks.
It could be. We set it up.
Be a setup.
We should. Yeah, we set it up while you were out there. Straddle and then 4.
Yes.
Now, if you're the other players, what is your strategy when you have a button and there are 2 people without a button? Are you more likely to squeeze them out of the pot?
Yeah, pretty much your goal is anytime they're trying to apply pressure is you reapply pressure on them because they're highly incentivized to be very loose aggressive. So you're very incentivized to bluff versus them a lot. It's kind of like just, it turns into a pretty extreme game of chicken, essentially.
Such an interesting dynamic.
Trips for change on you?
You just get to keep torturing them.
Yeah.
15 back, if you got it.
And that's like one of the main reasons why I like it so much more than just like say the 7 deuce game or just adding an ante is because it encourages aggression from everyone in like a natural way. So like I always enjoy things that encourage players from a theory perspective to be very aggressive. So like I'm not a fan of just running a straddle because straddle technically you're supposed to play tighter with it. Or like playing with 5 cards, you're supposed to play tighter, not looser. So like things like ante, stand-up game, progressive stand-up game. There's the hot game or whatever it's called.
Ooh, take a look at this bet.
Going 2/3 pot with the 7. Is this like a? I think it's a value bet, but it's hard to get called by many worse hands.
Such an interesting decision. The club comes in, maybe he's turning it into a bluff. He did have the best hand the whole way.
Yeah, he just wanted to show it.
He would maybe get 8s and 9s to fold.
7 deuce always.
Yeah, he announced that he was always going to do it.
I didn't realize he had announced that earlier, the 7 deuce. But yeah, I just love anything that encourages action. I think that's best things for the game. Also encourage anything that makes people play differently than what you would if you were just looking at a solve.
Totally agree.
I think it's just good for everyone. So I like for PLO bomb pots, double board is great because that adds a lot of action. Even Hold'em double board is great. Like
all the way around.
If you're doing bomb pot, do it double board.
Have you played many Hold'em double board bomb pots?
Probably played pretty equal of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say the same myself.
I haven't played very many of either, so the number's going to be pretty similar. Chubb kicking it up with the 10-5 suited.
I'll do as much 4 card as y'all want.
I like this raise from him.
Yeah, he needs that button. See a shooter here, I would have been 3-betting this for value versus Chubb because Chubb just needs to battle and go for it, so you need to reapply pressure on him.
That's a great point. Just assuming that he's going to be extra wide and also going to call wide.
3 waves in a single raise pot. Ace-9 suited. Currently the best hand, but also with that flush draw, a lot of extra equity, even though ace-high is all he has.
I know, the only PLO will do that to me.
Yeah, you look so different in the photo. Like,
But Justin decides to take initiative, leading out.
I wanted to puke.
did they find that or you sent that?
I said that.
Pretty funny.
That was a good one. Yeah.
He's going to get Chubb to fold. It's not going to be so easy for shooter.
See if Justin continues bluffing.
I don't remember the hand.
You would think if you're going to bet this 4 deuce that not only are you repping an 8, but you're also repping flush draws.
This is a turn the guy rips for 3K. And
He has really stepped into it here, unfortunately for him. Shooter with the nut flush.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
And he does keep his bluffs in
There's
in case he has a hand just like this.
Oh, what a river card.
Wow. This is interesting.
Justin knows he can't win. The issue is shooter can have some kings.
I was going to say, doesn't it look a bit like he does have a king?
No, I'm just thinking about that last hand and how many different ways I could have taken that pot away from him. There was 6 different things.
Yeah, what a sick river card. I don't think shooter's going to let this go, though. Like, how does Justin have a full house here?
It would be just a lone king betting 3 streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
He's got the chips in hand, looking like he wants to call.
I think I can beat air. You got air?
Sometimes. Come on. My buzzer's on.
There you go. Get those glasses on.
The 8's in your hand.
The 8s are hot.
It's in his hand. You said 8, so that's right.
Could have bluffs.
I can't beat anything but a bluff. I think you go better, right? Yeah, I'm card dead, so I think no bluff.
Clubs.
He does make the correct call. Nice call from shooter.
Yeah, can't blame him for calling there.
Very-
Justin's just the type of player where if he has you coolered in any way, you just give him the money.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there.
All right, I'm out.
Oh my god.
What happened?
Justin's getting hellied out of here.
Straight to the commerce.
All right, what are we doing? Bomb? Just
Bomb it,
right,
bomb.
new dealer, 100.
Bomb pot there. We're running a double board PLO bomb pot, okay, Al?
Double board PLO bomb pot.
Right now.
I'll take
I hope I see all of you in that tournament at the World Series this summer.
What's the buy-in for that?
1,500.
Yeah, both of these should be around.
It's a nice introductory level.
I don't care. I'm not a good
Take
dealer,
my.
so.
I'm terrible.
I wish it was like
Yeah, I don't want
honestly, I wish it was like a 600 or an 800. Because I think at 1,500 it might be expensive enough that it's probably going to be more like how
I would love to. I mean, if we play all
how like the 1,500 short deck was and only got like, I don't know, 200 entries or something like that.
You have to wonder how many people will register that tournament.
Oh,
Right if you guys out.
maybe 500. Well, that was really fast. But Justin, VPIP has somehow increased even more.
And then,
He's at
introduced to
81%.
5 and then introduced to,
Tyler currently big winner plus 13K. Nate right below him. Blake throwing the party down 21,000. Chup also there down 11.
We were there, and they were all. That's all they
Yeah.
wanted to play.
Chip stacks though. Apparently Tyler had like 41K. I think he's a big stack.
wild.
you ready for the top board, Al?
Ooh.
Alright, so these boards are very, very different. So the likelihood that this is a chop pot is very high.
That's a
So
really good
unless-
point. They're not sharing cards.
Right. So unless someone has like, you know, a 10 with pocket 5s or ace-9 or something, which is, it's very hard to do. Steiner looks like he has a pair 9s and the bottom end of a wrap. Chup has the nuts. A deuce. Chup needs a deuce, but there's 1 deuce gone, 2 deuces gone, 3 deuces gone. There's 1 deuce left in the deck for Chup.
5, yeah.
You fan your hand a little bit on the sensor, just see it.
Chup is hoping that shooter has that 10. It's pretty likely shooter does have the 10. Justin has deuce 4 diamonds. Nate has nut flush draw. I think shooter's most likely card in hand is a 10 with something else.
Okay.
The only way I know.
So Chup's probably looking for a diamond up top,
Just try to do that every time.
and then for shooter to hit a full house. Alright, there's a diamond. Alright, now all he's hoping for is shooter to have a full house, and Chup can win a really nice pot here. Pretty tough though. 10 of diamonds means there's only 1 diamond left.
Pretty interesting spot here. 3 ways on the turn. We've seen more heads-up scenarios this far into the hand.
It's pretty sick that Nate also just hits a straight down below. Nate has the nuts up top and a pretty good hand down below. Chup calling. Oh, I love this call. This is a great call.
Wow.
He wants to keep shooter in. Okay, chop pot. Unless board pair up top. And Chup can jam versus Nate and get him to fold. But Nate's just going to check. Chup's going to pot. Nate's going to call. And that's going to end in a chop pot. I don't really see Nate betting here, and I don't see him folding when Chup pots it.
Immediate. Yeah. He's in the floor.
Yep. 107 check. Action on peak.
Still a pretty gross spot, right? When he
It's
pots?
not. The main reason why it's not is because there's 2 10s and a 9 gone. So it's very hard for there to be a full house up top. That's not pocket aces.
That's a good point.
And when you have the nut flush with an ace blocker, you just click call. And I'm not like you're not happy about it, but you click call. You just pay the man his money when you're beat here. Nate is obviously still worried about pocket aces, still worried about, 9-5 or pocket 5s or pocket 9s or 10-5, but I think this is just a spot where you just pay.
These are very blue.
Now, if Nate had a king high flush, wildly different. I think the tank here would be a tank to probably fold.
Okay.
I think with this, it's a tank to call.
Full house. On one? Yeah. Chop it up.
When he says full house.
Yeah, your stomach has to drop.
Yeah.
You're like, full houses?
Man, dude, I rivered a boat.
What a tough call.
I folded a 10.
Oh. You did?
Yeah.
Shooter folded a 10. That's a very good fold.
Oh, you have a straight.
Tough spot on the turn.
You play enough of this.
I got the that 8-5.
Great call.
Yeah.
Nate.
I don't think Nate ever folds there. But so let's say the other board was like king 8-8, 7, 6. Then I actually think he could fold.
Something.
Because then you're so worried about the full house when there's no cards gone that equate to a full house. But there's 2 10s and a 9 gone. It's just like if he just has a full house up top, just like must be nice. Bravo. Blockers are what PLO is all about, and when you see a lot of blockers and you just have a good hand, you just pay them.
Right. You have twice as much information as in Hold'em.
Yeah.
You got to use that.
And then with the second board, you have even more information. So it's a lot more than, it's like you have like 3x the information, 4x the information.
God, my head would hurt so bad playing that PLO double board bomb pot tournament.
I'm going to love it. If I don't get like really unlucky in it, that's a good tournament for me to run deep in.
Okay. So we're heads up. Oh, they were saying you.
I hope it's like unlimited reentry so I can just blast into it if needed. Yeah.
Heather, are you drinking?
Yeah.
Quietly.
All right, so stand-up game is still somehow on. Still heads up between Blake and Chup.
Oh, you just gave him one?
Because even though Chup just won in PLO, does not count.
I hate to make you walk so far.
Such torture just playing hand after hand, knowing that you're in the bottom. One hand away
from $1,400.
$1,400.
And then it's even worse because this entire time they've been losing pots.
No, I'll take it.
So they've been getting penalized even harder.
That is brutal. That is really brutal.
Like Blake, I think in this round of stand-up game is down like 6,000 or 7,000, and without it he'd probably be even or up.
I want it on the side. Yeah. Yes, please.
I'll do the same thing with ranch and same sauce as he has.
I like this small little bet here from Tyler. Doesn't have to be too big to get better hands to fold.
The min-click bluff by Justin.
He does happen to have the best hand, but does get bluffed.
Nuts.
Just another amazing read by Justin.
This is the second time Justin has gotten a min-click bluff through.
No diamonds though, right?
So good.
0 diamonds.
That's the most efficient bluff ever.
Yeah, I love it.
That min raise.
Always 50-50.
It was even for like a 7th pot or an 8th pot or something like that.
I've done that like 3 times now.
I've never had the nuts yet.
Yeah.
Not even once.
Have you ever gotten less than min click bluff through?
So you staying at the win?
Like jammed for less than their bet and gotten a fold?
Yeah, I stayed here last night and we'll be staying.
I have not.
I've gotten pretty close to that through before.
I love the wing.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Alex Lee saying, great commentators today. Thank you very much, Alex. Always appreciate it.
Thank you.
At 9:30.
Oh my.
Tilting now.
9:30.
I know.
I'll give you your money back.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be back, you know.
Payment plan.
It's a late dinner recipe too.
Yeah, it's fine.
How many are in
Anywhere
town?
else?
Take a little at a time.
For those of you who didn't know, this is Cole's first time doing commentary. I think you're a natural. Very good at it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Not just being nice. You've been very good.
Happy to get in here with you. Happy to be a part of a game as fun as this.
So we're looking for an 8 of diamonds on the turn for max fun.
Payment too.
Oh, tomorrow's the last day.
We'd have 2-2 pairs with the nuts.
Appreciate
Oh,
It almost was.
so close.
Played some, yeah.
Steven's top pair, up, down, straight draw. Not only does he have the best pair, but he also an up, down draw to go with.
500K guarantee, so. I mean,
It'd be a good one with March Madness.
It'll be like 90 first, probably.
Open-ended.
Probably be a bit of a softer field right now with everyone in for March Madness.
I mean,
You see
there's
Steven's
a
happy
lot is in play
to
of-
check it down with his top pair. It's likely good, but unlikely to get called by worse.
Yeah. Also, Steiner was talking about the win 1100, which you already bagged.
Wow. Well, did he say he was
Yeah,
going
he's saying he
over
was
there?
playing it tomorrow, yeah.
All right. Will you be there as well?
Yeah, I will be max firing. I will hopefully not be in for 8K or whatever.
Good luck to you and Steiner. Hope to see you both on Sunday.
I thought I was gonna do okay on 1, but could not.
All right, so we're still in the game, so we're still straddling.
All right, so we've got about 30 minutes left in tonight's game.
Yeah, one of y'all needs to win. So
Everyone just surrender and let them play heads up for a little bit.
If you've been enjoying tonight's game, the absolute best way to help us out, give us a subscribe, give us a like, and check out the Bally Live app. Main reason why you check out the Bally Live app for this stream, best place to watch it, highest quality stream. On top of that, Bally Live app has a lot of sports, and it is the home to minor league baseball.
Well, not technically, but.
And if you've been enjoying tonight's commentary, I am at Potential MN on Twitter. I am Real Potential on Instagram.
Winning hand.
I'm at Ferraro Cole on Twitter and at Cole Ferraro on Instagram.
And with that being said,
Even have a good time.
we have a cooler. Kings versus Ace King.
All right, you got a fold out of me.
You're Nate.
Oh, what's
You're looking down at Ace King, getting 3-bet. In a game like this, Ace King is the nuts.
Especially for someone who needs to win. Needs to win.
reasonable 80?
I think this is going in.
Yeah.
85.
I wonder if Blake topped up. He might have added more money.
God, I hope you can finish it at like.
For his sake, I hope he did.
The highest is fun.
I'm trying like this.
All right, we're all in a call.
I mean,
They're going to run it twice.
Now, for the stand-up game, running it twice, how does that work?
First board.
Okay.
All right, let's chop it up.
I don't think he added any, or if he did, oh wait, no, he might have. I didn't.
Yeah, he's blocking too. I don't like it.
The graphics were blocking. I couldn't see. I don't know exactly how much it's all in is for. It's for at least 5,000, but I think it might be for more.
Hit it on the first.
Oh, second.
Always.
All right, 2 boards. First board counts for a stand-up game.
No, just the turn.
Oh my God.
All right, pretty clean so far for Pocket Kings. Nate needs an ace. Or a diamond to pick up a sweat, a queen or a jack to pick up a sweat.
I don't care about a chop, but the top board.
Do a jacket.
Yeah, he did have extra, so it's $10,000 each. So this is a 20K pot.
A good time for Blake to hopefully win some back,
Bad beat.
barring.
Fading the ace. All right, Chup just lost the stand-up game, so that's Chup loses 1,400. Blake now free rolling.
he gets the button.
He's a pretty large
The
favorite.
game's easy when you get king.
Yeah.
Jack.
But like a jack or nine.
Another safe flop for pocket kings.
Jack or 10 for sweat.
Jack of spades for baby sweat.
There we go.
Oh.
It's still fun.
One of the
It's
10s
still a
is
fun
out.
one.
All right. Let's see how hot I'm running tonight.
Wow.
10 of spades.
Nice.
Wow.
Bad beat.
Honestly, if anyone deserved that, it was Blake.
Going back to the karma in poker.
Doesn't exist, but he got a little bit back.
Blake, you won one.
Blake did it.
Finally gets one. I've been running like dog shit.
You Dusty.
Yeah, Blake has ran unbelievably poorly tonight.
I know, I'm only stuck 10K.
Still down 10K on the night.
Nate obviously frustrated getting it in ace-king
Yeah.
versus one of the few people remaining without a stand-up button and just runs into it. Can't win either board.
Yeah, I mean, Blake could just have like ace-jack there. I mean, I actually, when I played the stand-up game, I had a pretty similar spot where I stuck in ace-jack off for
Say $1,400 too.
like 175 big blinds.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Did you
And
get
that was
called?
100 big blinds. I got called by ace-9. Or ace-10. I think it was ace-10.
4?
He 4-bet, I 5-bet jam, he
What do
called.
you want to do? You want to?
That was our GG moment. It's always a great game, especially when you're Blake and getting back a little bit. That feels pretty good, not gonna lie.
It's all good.
Thank you. I can also grab.
Or you want one of these? There.
That works.
Is that better?
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome.
At least time I win one of these.
Blake. Are you okay with that?
Here we're heading into our flip, I believe.
Yep, this is the $1,400 flip provided by Chup.
Yeah.
Chup, I think currently are down the most on the night. He's been also running very poorly.
Drawing dead. Yeah, me too.
Chup turns the queen.
Oh, an 8.
You got it, baby. 8.
Does Queen 7 win? Oh, King Queen.
I looked at my other card yet, so hit the queen.
I thought Chup was maybe gonna have
Hit the queen.
Queen's good.
The queen too?
He's got a queen as well.
Queen.
was gonna get the discount.
Not the sweat on the river.
I guess a queen.
And the way they've been showing it too, it's just the best person with the best hand flips up. So he didn't realize that he lost until shooter shows a king and he shows a 7. It's just so brutal.
Is that the second one you won?
Lucky chip. You need it. Lucky chip.
Second one you won?
Oh, that's the first time I've ever won one.
You almost won another.
Like ever.
Fun stays in 3.
Fun stays. Okay. Back to
Lucky chip. I'll take it.
regular.
Yep.
I wish I would play over here.
That was probably our last flip of the night too.
Just don't use it on me.
Big lick.
Try not to.
We've got about 25 minutes left in tonight's stream.
Yeah, I'll set it aside.
That was one of the longest stand-up games I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a pretty long one.
Go all in except for the one.
Chup got pretty lucky that it wasn't progressive, because usually the last stand-up game of the night is a progressive game, at least when I've been playing it, and I've been seeing them do it more often. And usually it just, each time someone wins a hand, they get an extra thing, so the other person, like, they would get paid an extra $100 or $200, whatever the amount is. So that would have been like a, you know, $4,000 loss or whatever.
I mean, what a ridiculous.
Oh, Blake with kings again. With the $20,000 stack now, since they didn't realize that he had added up. Didn't add it to it.
It's another flip or what?
Yes.
All right.
Pick me.
Might get
Deuce,
there.
deuce, deuce. Check. Hard.
Oh my god.
And he does flop a set.
I don't think any of us.
Somehow, no one really has a piece of this.
It's like a bunch of people almost have really good equity hands, and we could see a big pot, and instead we probably just going to see fold, fold, and fold.
Back to back.
Oh my god.
Back-to-back kings.
150? You're you.
Yeah, and kings back-to-back hands.
I thought you were going to raise.
The most out of that, man. The most.
Blake getting a little bit of his money back.
It at least feels good not to lose.
Yeah. I always like to see the battles, but I never want to see anyone get like too bloodied. You know, if someone loses a buy-in, that's fine. When people lose 2, 3, 4 buy-ins, it's easy to feel a little bad for someone.
It's painful. It's a painful game.
I also had a club.
I don't feel bad when they have like way too much money. But like I was talking to Blake, you know, he obviously cares about the money, so.
Drawn pretty slim against pocket kings there.
I feel for guys like that. If you're worth like 100 million and you lose 20, I'm not gonna cry for you.
I want to see another crazy bluff. I'm gonna see it from Steiner.
Deal. I'm in. Let's go. This hand.
Looks like there was a straddle.
First
it is our first
tilted.
4 ways to this flop, 450 in the middle.
This is your fault.
This lynch pot.
Way my fault.
That's some pretty strong law of attraction.
Deuce is somehow the best hand here.
Yeah, you did. Imagine what else you could yell.
So many things.
Has
Improving.
that nice 69% equity. 2 ace highs. He might actually be able to get some value here.
Optimism, see?
Justin does call his ace high.
Better
Pretty
odds.
tough.
Yeah, there's better odds that
Play the lottery.
I don't know. Something.
Ace high.
Steiner checks and takes it down.
I was gonna say Styler. I was gonna say Styler, really. Styler. Yeah, the nuts. Yeah, I could call you Deuce for the win.
A little celebration music there.
You got it, right? Yeah, before was cool.
Feels like any hand deserved the music. It was definitely the Kings.
I know.
I'd rather get paid by
We're doing
Yeah. Thanks so much, Bobby. Appreciate it. No, it's
I should
agreeing
be
with Steven.
Damn.
What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
No
straddle.
games. No. Oh yeah. No mandatory straddle.
I did it last time optionally.
The optional straddle is on.
All right, throw me the brain fuel.
Huh? Bro, I'm telling you, like, just try it.
I have a raise to 250 by Justin with his ace-6.
Trying to get a deal.
You should, I mean.
For you.
Please, let him know.
Steven calls cutoff, queen jack. Steiner's going to defend his button with pocket 6s. 3 ways to this flop, 875 to the middle. 74th hand of the night.
A little tangy, but wait,
No, it's better than I thought. Phil always does videos.
Yeah, tell me. Dude,
He makes a face every time, like.
Really? No, I don't
Well, Steiner has the best hand. Steven here has the best equity with 2 overs and an up-down straight draw.
Actually, I enjoy the taste, actually. Like,
Depends if they pay us.
tangy. It's like if you like protein
He's taking
shakes,
that initiative,
different, but
betting
it's like
out,
that same kind of
realizing that
or whatever, like the
his
texture.
calling range pre-flop does interact with this board quite nicely.
What flavor is that, Chuck?
anything?
It doesn't say.
Steiner coming along with his underpair.
Peach mango. Peach mango.
I mean, he's in position, but these underpair calls are always tough spots.
Absolutely, especially when you're up against an opponent like Steven, who you know is not going to check down
Yeah.
air hands,
I thought it was
which
more of a muscle thing.
is showing to be true right here.
So many things now.
Yeah.
It used to
It's
just
like, it's not about the flop bet, it's about the turn bet, it's about the river triple barrel. And also, you know, Steven's the type of player who plays very instinctually, and his reads have been pristine. Like, I want to say I've seen him play on stream like 6 times now. I've not seen him make a wrong read once. I've seen him not trust his reads, but every time he's said someone has X, Y, or Z, or he thinks he has this, he's been right 100% of the time.
Just a fantastic player, scooping that pot with the worst hand of the 3, getting ace high to fold on the flop and the pair on the turn.
I mean, it's the worst hand, but that's the hand we want to have there.
Absolutely.
All they had is like single blade razors everywhere around where we were, so I'm just like, and then I'm like, all right, that only lasted like 2 scrapes. I'm like, this sucks, man. Forgot about that.
You gotta be pretty.
We've been feeding Cooper and Murphy.
You gotta be pretty particular about your razors, right?
And we love all the benefits of
Like,
I want more than one blade.
Yes, he was very particular about it.
I want more than one blade, and that's all. Like
one for the pubes, one for the heads, you know.
are very, very different. So the likelihood that this is a chop pot is very high.
I guess someone's like,
Sharing cards, right?
I've never tried them. I just like.
Let's have like, a 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's like
easy. Sound got fixed there. We have ace queen versus ace queen here. Ace queen of diamonds versus ace queen of spades.
There's, you know, the next.
Also, the ace 2 suited in between here. Bunch of suited aces. Everyone with pretty strong hands here.
Did you limp in?
No, I straddled.
Wow, I don't believe it.
Limping is pimping. No, limp raising is something I refuse to do. It's just really.
I agree.
my morals.
What are you playing?
20. I have 2. No, 1. Which is like 19, 20.
Oh shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I owe Bobby money.
I stole them one time.
You want to put some brain fuel in that champagne?
Maybe. Let me know in like 5 minutes how you feel. You're gonna have energy, for sure.
I already feel like I do.
You see?
Brain fuel. Getting jacked and
watch him just win a 10K pot now. Brain fuel.
Pretty understandable 4-bet here from Blake here, pushing this good equity. Steiner, kind of an awkward spot. He is in position, he is suited. Oh, he just jams for $7, $8, $9, $10,000. Wow.
Easy game.
Wow, great play by Steiner. Great read.
At the right time.
Feeling that Blake did not have it.
And they just had the exact same hand.
Ace Queen is often a hand that you see getting 4 or 5-bet bluffed. You know, not the best to call with. Suited, definitely better, but.
Yeah, usually in position you see the suited combos call though. Like out of position, that's when you tend to see like a lot more 4-bets, 5-bets, especially offsuit. So I was surprised to see him jam that. I thought he was thinking between calling and folding. And apparently he was thinking between calling and jamming.
Yeah. Maybe he feels Blake has a bit more confidence after a couple wins. He's just a little more splashy, getting involved with the other hands.
He also might think that Blake might be bluffing with like 10-9 suited type hands. So he just wants to end the hand and take it down.
Better than what I have.
The Queen 3 suited, flopping top pair.
Unless you have Ace 5 suited.
Versus Tyler's gutter ball here.
No Ace 5.
Last time I've seen a 5-bet jam from Ace 5 was long.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah. Well, especially like versus a cold 4.
I've done it.
I guess you play a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
tournament
a thing in
style.
tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's cash game.
Why not?
It is, but I'm saying like I don't do it in cash games. It's like,
Heads up to this turn, $1,400 in the middle. Tyler still just has this gutter ball.
Suited, like, just
See if he wants to keep pushing this equity.
And then it's more of a tournament thing.
This spot's like kind of similar to like a blind versus blind spot, just because it's small blind versus straddle.
I had you beat.
Yeah. Ace Queen suited.
Looks like he's going to double barrel 1,100. 700 into 1,400, half pot.
Oh, that's what you had?
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Oh, we're going to call. Heads up to this river card, 2,800 in the middle.
Against my cold.
It does work out for him, sitting there with 10 high. What are you thinking if you're in Tyler's position, out of position?
Wow, we were chopping it.
I mean, you don't have showdown. You unblock diamonds.
No. There was no read.
No read. Just tell him you ready.
I think Shooter could get to the river with every jack
Do something.
and every queen.
He's a good guy. Let him live.
So
And he's
I might have gone for it, but I think the check is a very reasonable decision.
You let that man.
See Shooter believing he has the best hand after the check.
That's a nice value bet.
Absolutely. Have to give him props.
That was very
for
thin.
that. No question there with the queen, with the no kicker. Nice hand, Shooter.
Ace Queen suited, obviously.
Yeah, when you're in those spots with the 10-8, like the tough spot for me is diamonds bricked and every draw bricked.
Right.
So if you're going to bet the river, you need to like 1.5x pot. Like you need to pick a size where like a queen wants to fold.
Right.
If you go like 2/3 pot, I don't think a queen is ever folding really. So you pick a size that's big enough to force people to fold. The only exception I would use there is if I think versus like good professionals who have a lot of history verse, I might pick a size that's around like 2/3 pot because I want to rep king queen 10 type hands. So I might go a little bit smaller, but for most players, you just go really big.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
King queen versus ace queen here. Chubb has also been running pretty poorly tonight. I think he's currently down the most.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's got a glazed
From a hijack open. He's definitely going to 3-bet this cutoff. Looks like to 900.
Caramel?
Oh, man. Oh, my God. 900?
Can I get one of those too? Yeah. Thank you.
Guys.
It looks amazing.
This is your guys' last. Bring around. Yes. Yeah, this is our last.
Looks like Justin's gonna come in behind in that straddle. Call 7-8 offsuit.
Wow, this looks great.
Justin's going to play last 15 minutes of the night. Going to make sure he's getting in.
That does look really good. It looks like a creme brulee cheesecake.
I'm good.
A caramel creme brulee cheesecake with fruit on it. That looks amazing. Okay, back to the poker, but really, can we get another peek of that?
Yeah, can we get a few of those up here in the booth, please?
Yeah, I mean, come on. We're starving up here. Wow, Justin's cold call is going to once again flop a draw with it.
It's 9 days or whatever.
When you know, you know.
That place is a chain, then you can get it.
If you're in the hand with Justin,
They have other restaurants.
you just have to know you have to be careful.
Like just the little stuff.
Yeah.
Looks like it is going to check around. He picks up a double gutter. But that 10 would be an awful card for him.
They're good at sweets.
They knock out their desserts.
Their desserts.
Does bet 1,500.
Just eat it at the table.
Lady in the Tramp style, like you and Chup.
Nate does have 2 overcards, a gutter ball to the nut straight, and a spade in his hand. It's a pretty important spade, too.
Yeah, really nice spot for Nate to call here, especially being in position, having the opportunity to have the last action on the river.
It's not the best river card in the deck for him, but it's definitely one of them. I think this is a card that Justin will probably want to bluff. It's a scary card for a lot of Nate's hands.
Yeah, this is a tough spot. He does...
3,000 and a call.
Just snap. Fucking rivered me. Wow.
Yeah. Says he rivered him.
And then shows the 8 high.
But he did river you.
I mean, when both the draws miss, obviously a very easy call for Nate. And an interesting spot for Justin to think about with his bluffs.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly can't blame him for bluffing there. He has no showdown. He only has one of the low flush draws in his hand, and the queen is a scare card for every jack and every 9. So it seems like a pretty reasonable bluff spot, and he just got unlucky that Nate had that strong of a hand there.
Yeah, plenty of rivers he would have gotten that through on.
I think you called the turn, Nate.
I had 10 outs. It seemed like.
Looks like we're heading into our final bomb pot.
And this is also our final chip count on the night. Nate at 43K. Currently our big stack. Nate also a big winner after that king queen, plus 13. Steven up 12. Tyler, his 4th winning session in a row. He's 4 for 4, plus 9K. Blake's actually down about 11. So Blake and Chup both down each about 10, 11K. Justin's top VPIP stayed the top all night. He is also has kept up with covering Steven and Shooter combined. And he's almost kept up with covering the bottom 3 players as well. Pretty great.
I feel so disrespectful.
Looks like we've got about 10 minutes left in tonight's game. We're going to do a PLO bomb pot. I think they're going to play a couple more hands. And we're going to be done for the night.
One other note, Blake may not be down as much if the chip counts were off when he won.
Yeah, they were. So he's down about 11. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was down, showed down 16, so he's down about 11-ish. Looks like Justin has top 2 pair down below and an up-down straight draw. Nate has up-down draw there. Shooter has unknown cards. This unknown bet's probably going to be an 8 pretty good percentage of the time. Chup also has an 8 there. So it's possible Shooter has a hand like pocket aces as well. Okay, so Shooter probably has a set down below. Looks like Blake has 8-7 and Chup has king jack 8-6.
What do you do if you're Blake here? Are you raising on the flop?
You click pot, yeah. You click pot and you're actually okay if everyone folds. You don't, like if someone sticks it inverse you, you're perfectly happy because they're most likely hands they stick it inverse you are like aces or 9s and you have a gutter ball plus flush draw down below. But the issue is up top when you get called, the likelihood someone has a hand like, you know, exact type of hand that Chup has is pretty high. So you're not going to get paid on your top hand. You're going to get paid because you're free rolling someone down below. Which when Shooter calls, Shooter has either a set down below or has some type of big combo draw. But since Blake has 40s with hearts. I think Shooter's most likely hand is pocket nines or pocket aces.
Yeah, right.
Or he has like a king high flush draw with the gutter ball, something like that. Oh, when he gets called twice too, oh, Blake is in incredible shape.
Could we see a straight flush on the top board?
6 of diamonds is there.
6?
29.
I just heard pot from Shooter.
41.
Wow.
41 is the cut.
I mean.
41?
Okay, I think Shooter has nut flush down below.
It's like, yeah, 79.
What a tough spot here for Blake. Geez, that turn 10 of diamonds is pretty brutal.
Right, now 10-8 ahead.
It's 81, sorry.
Jack 9 of diamonds.
Yes.
Pocket 10s.
81 is
Interesting.
Blake turns a flush, but it's a very bad flush.
You do have the flush. So since you have the flush and you have the full house, I don't think...
4, 5, 6, 9, 10.
I think I started with 17.
I don't think you can really fold for this amount.
So do you go all in here?
Yeah, I would stick it in. I wouldn't be happy about. I would be very, very, very unhappy about it, and I would also not fold. And this is not an easy decision. I think this is pretty similar to the Nate hand, where you just have too much of a hand, and you have too many reasons to stick it in.
Sorry, guys, I'm gonna need a minute.
He has one of the best hands possible up top, and then he also has an incredibly good hand down below, too. And it's very, very hard for Shooter to have 10-8 plus hearts. It's also very hard for Shooter to have pocket 10s plus hearts. Those are the only two things he's really concerned about. 6-9 of diamonds plus hearts, Jack 9 of diamonds plus hearts, but again, those are very, very, very tough.
Did he fold?
He did fold.
Had a straight on top and ace 9 on the bottom.
Yeah.
You have diamonds, like, or 8?
I had 8-7.
Oh, you flopped it.
8-7.
Yeah, I don't think.
I just see monsters. Yeah.
He had enough.
Yeah, I don't think you can fold there. I think his most likely hand is just king high flush.
Yes.
Did you get one?
Such a tough situation. Those PLO bomb pots just.
Yeah, I don't think any of this is easy. Like, I am only comfortable in them because I've just seen so many of these just doing commentary, and I play a lot of PLO. But yeah, I still think it's very, very tough. I mean, I would think that spot's close, and I would stick it in. But I understand why people fold in those spots, and I don't blame them folding there at all.
It's the same thing.
I know. It's such a hard spot.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick.
That's a hard spot. That's why I just didn't want to have a decision. I was like, fuck. I'm just.
And obviously, like I should.
And that's what Shooter's saying there. He didn't want to have a hard decision, so he applied the pressure. And that's what a lot of these bomb pot spots are about. It's kind of similar how like Parliament Omaha high-low plays. It's about finding these leverage spots and applying max leverage.
Ace-8 with hearts, which is like very optimistic.
All right, so this is going to be one or last hands of the night.
What did you have, Justin?
Straight on top and ace 9 on the bottom.
Looks like Chup kicking it up with ace deuce and hijack. Tyler calling cutoff. Shooter calling out small blind. And Justin defending his big blind.
Check.
Little bit of action flop here. Shooter with top pair. Tyler with 2 overs and a gutter ball to the nuts. And just drills the jack. Pretty scary board though. Yep. This is the last hand. I think we're just going to see it go check around.
The stream?
Well, that being said, Cole, thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you really enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me. I had a great time. This was a great group of guys to watch, so I hope to be back one day.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure we'll have you back. For everyone here who has stopped around tonight, thank you very much for watching. For all the crew and everyone who's worked so hard on the show, we really appreciate it here. We're the faces and the voices of the stream, but y'all are the backbone and make this game work. For everyone watching, the show wouldn't be here without y'all either. So thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there. Have a wonderful night. And if you've been enjoying the stream, give us a like, give us a subscribe, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, Bally Live Poker. This is Bally Live Poker from the Tropicana Las Vegas, sponsored by GG Poker. It is always a great game. And here's tonight's cumulative winnings. Nate, big winner of the night, up about 12,000. Steven right up there. Tyler also right up there too. Blake, currently throwing the largest party of the night, down 19K. Chup also down about 12.
Last night on stream.
This is the one right here?
No, already happened.
Justin, highest VPIP, 77%. Higher VPIP than Steven and Shooter combined. He kept it up all night. Super impressive. Do that all night and still end up money is absolutely crazy.
The other one's not going?
I mean, you can play here.
Why are they ending the stream though? Got it. Maybe I don't know.
Thank you everyone for watching. We really, really do appreciate it. Stay safe and healthy out there. Have a wonderful night.